Gamers, we are back for another episode of Road to Master Ball Rank. Man, we've been having so much fun playing Pokemon TCG Pocket. I hope everyone's doing well today. By the way, if you're watching the VOD back, we just posted a new YouTube video. We got shorts, TikToks, we got a lot of fun stuff going on right now. But man, you can see right here that we are currently in Ultra Ball tier. And man, we're having so much fun. But dude, Ultra Ball has been hell for sure. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, it has been bananas. As you guys know, I gotta pop out these chats so I can see everybody, and we're gonna get into it, man. But hey man, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope everyone's having a great Sunday. I'm still waking up here somehow. I don't even know how that's possible. Mawberry in the chat says hello. Hey Mawberry, hope you're doing well today. Man, I hope everyone's packs have been going well. I hope everyone's battles have been going well. Dude, it's been... I've been reflecting on it a little bit, and I'm actually super happy that they've made it a bit of a grind, just because, you know, it kind of gives you something to do. Even whenever you get into Master Ball tier, you always have something that you can try to push and grind for. So, man, I'm super, super pumped with the state of Pokemon Pocket. I think, also, and actually, hold on, let me pop up the setting up stream real quick. There we go. But yeah, also just in general, man, like with Shining Revelry, I feel like we're just in a really good spot right now. So, okay, there we go. I can see all the chats. I can see the TikTok. Hey, TikTok, hope you're doing well today. Who do we got? Let me see. Mawberry, hope you're doing well. Andrew, Shaney, I hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. Yo, man, I hope everyone is doing well today. We're going to get into it here. Let me set the stream. There we go on YouTube. Whenever you're multi-streaming on all the different platforms, you have to do this after you go live. So it's a little bit different. Pokemon TCG Pocket. TCGP, there we go. Let me go down here and set the game. Also, boys, we have got to rip some packs. You know, it's a bit of a tradition on the channel. We got to rip some packs right at the start of the stream. And, yeah, man, we've got some more videos that we're working on, by the way. And speaking of which, I mean, everything that we're doing in these streams is also going to be featured in a full-length produced YouTube video. So yeah, that is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, there we go. We've got that set. TikTok is good to go. Let's see. Midu over in the TikTok. How do you get the Shiny Charizard PFP? So you get it through completing the Pokedex in Shining Revelry. That's how you do it. It's a good day to be Robo. We got Dollypops in the building. Dollypops. Wait, we got another Pokemon TCG Pocket content creator in the building. Boys, make sure to check him out if you want some more videos. Okay, look, let's go ahead. Let's get our free packs out of the way, and then let's rip maybe 10 or 20, and then we can get into the battles. Okay, let's see. There we go. Got that pulled up. Okay, boys, we still need the golden Pokeball, by the way. We have ripped, I think we are over 200 packs of Shining Revelry that we have ripped, and we still have not got the golden Pokeball. We're actually fixing to be able to buy it with pack points. Am I early, says Toru? Yes, the live has just started. Wait, you caught us just in time. Let me remove the setting up, by the way. Yes, you've caught us just in time. Riolu Electrode, Barrel EX. Okay, hey, so we're starting off with a bit of a heater. Look, it's trading material at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Midu, thank you so much for following over on TikTok. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for the support on the videos, by the way. You guys are absolutely bananas. Okay, let's rip 10 packs. Here we go. Let's actually get into it now. Let's actually get into it. Let me remove the counters. Okay, boys. The big pull that we need at this point. Let's talk about it. We've pulled basically every shiny Pokemon. We still need a second shiny Charizard, so that's really big. Really the big one that we want right now, if I could ask for anything, it would be the golden Pokeball. We still do not have it. Okay, golden Pokeball, please, please. The Autistic Rat, thank you for following on TikTok. Okay, pack number 1, let's get into it, boys. We got Raticate, Palmy, Gimmighoul, Red, Charmeleon. Pack number 2, we have Palmy, Tauros, Rattata, Sprigatito, and Shiny Wiglet. Look, hey, I'll take any shinies. Any shinies, boys. This is fantastic. I needed another one. We only had one shiny Wiglet. And we also have the double shiny full art Wugtrio. So now we can make a really funny deck with that. So it's fantastic. Tentacool, Charmeleon. Pack number 4. Floragato, Hitmonlee, Buizel, Mr. Mime, Dondozo. Okay, we have a sound cue here. Charmeleon, Pinsir, Tentacool, Machoke, and a shiny Kakuna. Okay, another banger. Dude, all the shinies are bangers. These are very rare cards. We'll take it. These 10 packs have been really good so far. Let's keep it moving. We need that shiny, or we need that golden Pokeball. By the way, thank you guys so much for liking the stream. Absolute legends. Iono, Gimmighoul, Team Rocket Grunt. Pack number 7, we have Gimmighoul, Jigglypuff Red, Charmander, Floatzel. I think we're going to have to rip 10 more packs after this, by the way. We have Tauros, Riolu, Raticate, Jigglypuff, Pachirisu. Pack number 9, we have Wiglet, Weasel, Lickitung, Floatzel, Tentacruel. And then after this last pack, we're going to rip 10 more. We have Bidoof, Varoom, Florigato, Wooper, and Goldango, the full art Goldango. Okay, look, we'll take full arts, man. We'll take shinies. We're still looking for more shiny Pokemon and that golden Pokeball. Let's rip 10 more right now. Let's get into it. Man, I hope everyone's doing well today. We have some people that are just now tuning in. If you're just tuning in, we're ripping some packs at the start of the stream. We just went live, and then we are continuing the Road to Master Ball rank. We've been playing exceptional Pokemon, and we're currently in the Ultra Ball tier, making our way to Master Ball. Okay, pack number 1, we have Licky, Iono, Wooper, Drifloon, Tauros. Pack number 2, we have Wooper, Spiritomb, Palmy, Raticate, Meowscarada. Pack number 3, we have Charmander, Tinkatink, Hitmonlee, Drifblim, Pachirisu. Pack number 4, we have Abra, Electrode, Machop, Ekans, Team Rocket Grunt. Pack number 5, we have Charmander, Palmot, Sprigatito, Tinkatink, Alakazam. Pack number 6, we have Wiglet, Tauros, Licky, Abra, Cyclizar. Tucker, I don't know my friend ID off the top of my head. I don't know, man. I have no idea. Gimmighoul, Palmy, Tinkatuff, Ekans, Reveroom. Pack number 8, Flamigo, Raticate, Hitmonlee, Pinsir, Alakazam. Tucker really wants the friend ID. We have Palma, Flamigo, Hitmonlee, Tentacool, Machamp. Lock in, Tucker. Bidoof, Pinsir, Ekans, Cyclizar, Red. Dude, the chat is cracking me up. Oh, dude, Tucker, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Hold on. I'm sorry, Tucker. I gotta put you in timeout, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, dude. Okay. Okay, boys, let's rip. Hold on. Do we have enough to rip 10 more packs? We might have to before we get in. We might have to before we get into these. Oh, dude, that was cracking me up, actually. Okay, boys, let's rip 10 more packs. Oh, dude, we need the golden Pokeball. We need it. We need it. Okay, here's the thing, boys. After these packs, I'm pretty sure we can just buy the golden Pokeball, which would be bananas. Like, I can't even believe it. I think it's like 2,005 free Tucker. Oh, dude, the TikTok chat. Wait, the TikTok chat is writing for Tucker. No way. Hashtag free Tucker. Oh, dude, you guys are cracking me up. Okay, I think we just buy it after this if we don't pull it. Can't stop. Stop. Okay, Strudel, Kakuna, Drifloon, Riolu, Kadabra. Oh, dude, you guys are so funny. Rattata, Wiglet, Arbok, Pachirisu. Bidoof, Lickitung, Spiritomb, Cyclizar. We're going to blast through these packs, boys. We're just going to blast through it. It's the golden Pokeball or nothing. We need the golden Pokeball. We're done. We've ripped every pack. We have every card. Give us the golden Pokeball or I'm just gonna buy it. Free Tucker. Oh, dude. They're so funny. Oh, man. Why is that so funny to me? Okay, pack number 9, Voltorb. Okay, but barely eggs. Let's go. Hey, look, it's trading material at the end of the day. It's trading material. Oh, my goodness. No, dude, we're going to buy it. Screw it. We can't pull it. We've tried for weeks, and we can't pull the golden Pokeball. We're buying it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. Hi, guys. I'm Robo. Yep, that's me. The guy with 11,000 cards. Okay. Look. The time is now. Wait, it lets you go over? I love that they added that. Whenever I bought the Golden Charizard in Genetic Apex, it cuts it. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Oh my goodness. If we scroll to the very bottom, we can now purchase the golden Pokeball. The absolute greed to have this many pack points. I tried my best. I really tried my best to be able to pull this thing and I couldn't. We basically have every other card in the set and we could just never pull the golden Pokeball. So ladies and gentlemen, we got it now. Oh my goodness. Wow, look at that. Oh, yes, I was here. Oh, the golden Pokeball. Look, I got nothing else to use those pack points on. Look, trying to get the golden Pokeball, we got every other card. So it is what it is, right? Oh my goodness. You can see we're still missing a couple full art. I think there's like one full art trainer that we're missing. There's a couple of the 2-stars that we're missing. We have the rainbow rares and then a couple of the shiny Pokemon. But ladies and gentlemen, the golden Pokeball, you get to use it in every single deck. I mean, come on, it's timeless. Flare it out. Ah, yes. Tucker was here. Yes. Wait, hold on. I need to, dude, you guys, maybe I need to bring Tucker out of timeout so he can ask me for my friend ID. No, wait, hold on. Here you go, Tucker. I got you. Tucker. Here we go. Get your screenshots. There we go. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, wait, we have to adjust our decks now. So, okay, if you're just tuning in, we just ripped some packs and we bought a golden Pokeball, which is fantastic. I actually need to timestamp that. We bought the golden Pokeball at 10 minutes. Okay, cool. Golden Pokeball. Okay. Now let's bring the counters back up, boys. Okay. And by the way, Q Burks, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. What a legend. So, as you can see, we have 110 wins and we are in the Ultra Ball tier. It is time to keep it moving. Oh my goodness, dude. Another gold. How many? That means we have 4, 5, 6, 7 golden cards. That is egregious. Oh my goodness. I need to do an updated video on the collection, by the way. But okay, so let's go to the decks and let's make some adjustments. Look, we got our golden Pokeball. Like, we gotta flex up people, am I right? We have to. Let's add it to our Gyarados deck because that's gonna be the main focus of you know. And then this would be at the very... Or wait, where would that go? Because it's a trainer card. I have it sorted by... So is it going to be all the way down here? Yeah, it is. Wow, look at that. That's something. And then, of course, it's going to mess up our energy, as it does. Let's remove that. Okay, and if you are interested in seeing this deck, let me save it real quick, and then I'll show you guys the deck. This is the deck that we're really going to be grinding with today. Let's view all cards. Get your screenshots, boys. Get your screenshots. This deck has popped out of nowhere in the meta, and it's being featured a lot in Master Ball tier and Ultra Ball tier, and it's fantastic. It's essentially just the best, or the top 2 meta deck in the game right now. However, you remove Druddigon, and it enables you to free up some extra slots for trainers. It allows you to use a Double Dawn, and yeah, it's very, very good. We went on WINSTREAKS with it yesterday, and we're going to be back. Tucker is free. Yes. Ah, yes, Tucker. Welcome back. Welcome back, Tucker. Look, I'll never time you out again. I apologize. Look, I wasn't familiar with your game, Tucker. Let's see. How do you have 2 pack timers? It's just a premium account. You can buy it in the shop. I went on a 9-win streak with Zard in Ultra Ball 3. Oh my goodness. That is insane. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are currently in the Ultra Ball tier. Let's get into it, okay? Shout out to everyone for tuning in. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. The weather's starting to clear up a little bit over here in the central United States. We've had like a bunch of rain the past 5 days. I think it's just been really rainy in the United States in general. We had some chatters yesterday over on the East Coast that were talking about how they were getting a lot of rain. Even a chatter in Texas that was getting a lot of rain. So things are clearing up, man. I hope everyone's having a great Sunday. So we're going first, but that's okay because we also spawn with Giratina. Now, the way that you want to play this is... You want to have Darkrai in the active slot to be your big attacker on the chance that you don't pull Leaf. And then even though we're going first, it's okay because we have Giratina here to generate some sort of energy, right? So that's kind of the philosophy behind this deck. All right, and we do actually pull Leaf, but it's okay. So turn 1's always going to be Professor's Research, and then we can begin bellowing and building up some energy on the bench here. Let's see. Jonathan, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. What a legend. We do pull the other Darkrai, which is fantastic. I'm not going to commit to Cape just yet. You know what we might actually do here? I'm thinking because Farfetch'd is going to be a problem. Let's see. Does he go Darkrai or does he go for the 40 damage? Okay, so that tells us he doesn't have Dawn. So considering this Farfetch'd is going to be doing 40 damage every single turn, I'm actually going to adjust my strategy here. We're going to put another Darkrai on the bench and we're going to feed that Darkrai. And the goal is to Leaf out. So this Darkrai is now basically dead to us, which is not the best, but it is what it is. So let's get this chip damage. Now, we have to hope that our opponent does not have any sort of potion or cape for this Farfetch'd, because then what it means is that on turn 3, we'll be able to leaf out, KO the Farfetch'd off of our Nightmare Aura, and be able to get 80 damage, get an 80 damage attack into whatever he's going to be forced to bring up, which is fantastic. So, this could go either way. It really depends on how our opponent's going to handle this Farfetch'd here. If he has potions, if he has cape, then it can really slow us down quite a lot. Quentin, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Yes. Let's see. Oh, and he's got the red. Wow, my boy is going all out. That's actually crazy. So he's forcing a swap early. That's interesting. If he has Cyrus, this gets a little bit messy. Even with potion, I could potion cape. That doesn't do anything either. So this is forcing me into kind of a weird spot. Who knew that Farfetch turn 1 would be so effective in this meta when you take like 3 turns to get set up? That's very interesting, actually. It's the first time I've come across this in the entirety of our road to Master Ball rank. Regardless, though, I am forced to burn the leaf early, so that's really good plays out of my opponent. If he doesn't have the red there, then I actually would chance potion plus cape to last myself one more turn. If he Cyruses, I can't afford... He could Cyrus and then put energy on Darkrai for Nightmare Aura to get the KO and then get another attack into Farfetch, meaning I have to burn potion here to prevent that, to force his Farfetch to attack if he wants to Cyrus. So that's something as well. Luckily for us, we have Giratina locked and loaded, which is fantastic. Let's see. I could pivot into Giratina also. Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I actually have a win condition. Well, no, I don't. Yep, there's the Cyrus. So we made the right play by potioning. This means that our opponent is now forced into... Oh, you know what it is? Oh, hold on, boys. I think I actually have a game-winning play here. I do. Let's see if chat can find the game-winning play. I have a line here to win if my opponent does... Yes, okay, so I basically win. My opponent needed to put something on the bench, and that's how they stay alive here. Let's see if chat can find the game-winning line. Do you guys see it? Let's see if chat can figure it out. Yep, it looks like the TikTok chat found it. Congrats to the big brain chatters. So basically, Giratina is now the powerhouse attacker. What we can do is we can pick up the KO on Farfetch'd using the Nightmare Aura, and then we have Dawn to be able to get attacker's advantage into Darkrai EX. Our opponent has no way to KO our Giratina, and we have Cyrus on the back line. So at this point, our win condition is basically guaranteed. What our opponent needs here is our opponent needs a Mars or a red card or something to prevent us from having Cyrus for the following turn. However, that is still a long shot. I still have just a cannon in the active slot here. And so my opponent has his work cut out for him for sure. Yeah, he just concedes. Shout out to our opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting off strong. We're starting off strong and the win streak is back. Over the past couple of days, we've been playing basically perfect Pokemon. So if we can keep up this rate, we will get to Master Ball tier in no time. And ladies and gentlemen, this is now our rank up game. I need somebody in chat to sound the war horn, please. If somebody in chat could sound the war horn. Thank you. Okay, it's our rank up battle. I need everybody in chat to lock in right now. Thank you guys so much for liking the stream, man. Thank you guys so much for being here and tuning in. I hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Ultra Ball rank 2, here we come. Let's get into it. Come on. It's time. It's time, boys. We're playing really well today, man. We're playing really well. If we can just keep this up, man, try to stay around like anywhere between a 50 to a 60% win rate today, I'll be very happy with the progress we're able to make. Okay. Going second is Gong of Good Fortune. Everybody in chat has increased pack luck on this day. Congrats to the chat. And we also open with Darkrai. So this is basically a best case scenario. Okay, but he opens with Sprigatito. We're going up against a Meowscarada deck. It probably features either Beedrill or Leafeon. That's really the primary variations we're seeing right now. I actually ran into a deck using yeah, so this is going to be Beedrill. I was going to say I ran into an Arceus version of this deck, but so this is my opponent's favorable open here, right? You want to get Sprigatito in the active slot, so congrats to my opponent. I'm not going to commit to Cape just yet. Our opening turn is always just going to be to get this chip damage, which, by the way, I'm happy to get the chip damage into Sprigatito. Now, unfortunately, let me think about this. Yeah, okay, that's always going to be our opening turn. I'm trying to think a couple turns ahead now. Darkrai should be able to... Does he go on the back Sprigatito? I need to see... I'm so curious. He goes on the front Sprigatito to cry for help. Okay, so this is good for me. Now, is my opponent going to be able to thin through his deck to be able to find additional Pokemon? Yes. However, this is going to be energy wasted for my opponent because I am always now going to be targeting this Sprigatito. Professor's research here is huge, by the way. Can I pull Cyrus to guarantee that I'm going to be able to punish my... Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to guaranteed punish the energy that's put on the Sprigatito, which is fantastic. So everything is going right for us. I am going to also commit to... Do I want to commit to Cape? No, I don't want to commit to Cape just yet. Let's see. Shout out to A. McRae for subscribing on YouTube. What a legend. Okay, now my opponent is forced to heal. If he wants to... Okay, I don't want to say this in case he's watching the stream. There is one optimal play that my opponent has to try and salvage this, but I am very much in the driver's seat right now. My opponent was unable to get the evolution here. He did cry for help though, which means, and he's down to like the bottom half of his deck, so him having Meowscarada, you got to think there's a good chance, but my opponent's really taking a moment to think about this here, trying to squeeze every last brain cell out of his noodle, and he is going to swap. Okay. Does he swap? I'm going to be honest with you guys. That's probably his best play. No, he stays. Oh my goodness. I am about to cook this man's. Boys, I'm about to cook this man's. Watch what I do here. I pick up the KO with Sprigatito with 3 energy on Darkrai, means that I have a guaranteed 80 damage attack. He's going to send the Sprigatito out to try and build up his Beedrill in the back line, and I'm going to Sabrina and bury this man. We are very much in the driver's seat. This is a huge momentum swing in our favor. Oh my goodness, this sets my opponent back tremendously. I have a guaranteed win condition now. Even if my opponent evolves, yeah. Oh, and he just gives it to us. Wow, that's actually pretty insane. If I'm my opponent there, I definitely want to try and bait out. We're going to turn into Super Dark right here. Yes, give us the cape. We are going Kakuna hunting, boys. Yes, it is Super Dark right. He's arrived. Yeah, no, our opponent's absolutely cooked. You love to see it. We're playing very well today, boys. Hope everyone's doing well today. Let me see. Texas Bacon, Turo Mario, Puzo Mawberry, and our opponent concedes. Massive. Okay. The win streak lives. The win streak lives. We are cooking the Ultra Ball ladder. Wait, show us. Wait, that should be rank up. Show us the rank up. Yes! We did it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wait, and we're on a 3-win streak, not a 2. I missed that. Ultra Ball hell continues. We're just that closer to Master Ball rank, though. Deck list? I got you guys. Wait, I got you guys. Get your screenshots. This deck is insane. Is it possible to go down a rank? Absolutely. You sure can. Oh my goodness. Wall could not defeat us. We break down the wall, and we are cooking the ranked ladder. Ladies and gentlemen, Ultra Ball 2. Yuli's deck still question mark? Yes, this is the Yuli deck. Okay. We're on the same deck, but 1 Geo, 1 red instead of 2 reds. I would say there is a really good use case for red in this deck. Or sorry, for Geo in this deck. Especially with Giratina as the attacker. Think about how many Pokemon have 140 HP. There are some really weird use cases where you would find yourself using Giovanni that you don't really think about. Are we going first? We're going first. That is Gong of Misfortune and Sadness. And, we don't want to see Manaphy in the active slot. Yikes. Okay, it is a generational yikes. But it's okay. Look, anything is possible. Lords, hope you're doing well today. Soul of Resilience over in Twitch. Hope you're doing well today. We do have double Giratina here. However, we are not going to do that because of Sabrina pressure, right? If I bellow this Giratina, my opponent might sense that I'm trying to build that up, or whenever I get close to attacking, he might Sabrina if I have something on the bench. So we're not going to put anything on the bench until we know for sure we can deal with that Sabrina pressure at a more opportune time. We do have Leaf, but I'm still going to hold out for a little bit. And I'm also not going to commit to an item just yet until we see when our opponent's going to be able to attack and what we're working with when we get closer. So we're still in the early game. I don't commit to tools in the early game. And that's pretty much all we can do here. We really need a Darkrai The fact that we have not pulled Darkrai yet is almost worst case scenario. We need a Darkrai on the next turn, boys. We really needed a Darkrai on turn 1 to deal with Manaphy, because now our opponent is guaranteed to have Gyarados fully set up. My chances to win this game are now probably down to like a 30%. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Anything is possible, though. And we're playing, you know, as good as we possibly can given our hand, so. A lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of comments of people getting tilted in ranked, you know, where they go on losing streaks. Oh. Okay. This is bad. Does he have the Gyarados evolution, though? If he bottom decks Gyarados, anything is possible. If he bottom decks Gyarados... Oh, goodness. Okay, so he definitely has the Gyarados. Oh, my God. I don't think I've ever been so cooked. I don't think I've ever been this cooked. Yeah, look, I have a cape. The cape will save us, boys. Yes, the cape will save us. Holy, dude. That is insane. There's still a chance. Anything is possible. He goes Manaphy here. And then what? And then I have to... Wait, I actually do have a win condition that I can work with. No, I don't, actually. I'm just totally cooked here. I'm just totally cooked here, right? Okay. There's still a chance. There's a really low chance. There's a really low chance. My opponent goes up 2 points. There is one card that I need to pull here, boys. Oh my goodness, there's one card. Oh my goodness. But ladies and gentlemen, we are playing to the best of our ability right now, considering our circumstances. So if we lose to luck, and he stays in with the Manaphy, that's not what we wanted to see. Do we think he has Cyrus? Do we think this guy has Cyrus? So here's what we do. Here's what we do. We double cape. Not pulling Darkrai here is so bad. So he's basically going to fully set up here. I think if I'm my opponent, I would rather, if I were in his shoes, I would just apply pressure. If I'm my opponent, I would rather just apply pressure. For the swap late game without, I have to put it up here. Bellow. We might adjust the game plan, not this turn, but next turn. I'm using a deck with just one Druddigon, one Darkrai, one Giratina, and all the rest are just trainers and objects. Ooh, that's what's up. Okay, the Gyarados does come in. This is going to be a big hit. Okay, there is one card that we really need to pull here, and there's the Sabrina. That should, I think, guarantee my opponent's win. I think that's just a GG. Let's keep it moving. Listen, boys, there's no reason to be upset, no reason to be tilted when you have a game like that. Everything went my opponent's way. We had a really rough open, and we're back in all. Yes, let's go. Hey, look. We had Ultra Ball rank too for a moment, and it tasted so sweet. It was fantastic. I enjoyed every literal second or minute of Ultra Ball tier, and we'll be back. We'll be back. Look, what can you do? You know, sometimes luck doesn't go your way, and that's okay. That's totally okay, boys. The win rate today has been 75%. That's our win rate today. So we're doing really well. We are still just cooking this Ultra Ball tier, making our way towards Master Ball tier. Hope everyone's doing well. Okay. 1 second is gone. Good fortune. Everybody in chat has increased pack luck on this day. We have another Giratina open against a metal deck. We don't want to see Dialga in the active slot. Okay, we see Skarmory. This is fantastic. One of the worst parts about using a metal deck is going first. Dialga, you know, virtually every metal deck wants Dialga in the active slot as a feeder. But if you go first, it feels very clunky. So I've been a little bit of a hater on the metal decks for that reason. So, okay, and my opponent is going to get the 50 damage on the following turn into our Giratina. We need to pull Darkrai. Can we pull Darkrai? There's the red, there's the potion. Darkrai, okay, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I believe I was here. We're also not going to cape the Giratina just yet. We're going to hold off on that a little bit. Okay, so this is officially not a best case scenario, but it's a decent attempt. This is a pretty good match. I feel like I would almost prefer to have Darkrai in the active slot here, because now I'm going to have to burn a leaf to remove Skarmory, and whenever I do, I'm going to be taking 20 chip damage. So I probably end up caping Darkrai for that reason. Okay, so our turn looks like this. We do commit to the double potion on Giratina. We're going to try to keep Giratina around for a late game big hit. I still don't want to commit here. I don't want to commit here to a cape. We're holding off just a tiny bit longer. Let's Broken Space Bellow. I feel like I've played against this deck that my opponent's using like once or twice. Yeah, there's the Magneton. So officially on the next turn, our opponent is able to come in with Magnezone and do 110 damage. So whatever I come in with against Skarmory, I must cape. Just in case. How do you get the Shiny Charizard PFP? By completing the Pokedex for Shining Revelry. That's how you get it. Okay, so our turn is pretty straightforward here. We do have to cape, and we do have to leaf. We have to do both of those things. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have to choose between Broken Space Bellow or attacking. So we are going to elect to pressure our opponent here. We're going to cape. That way we can bring ourselves back up to 140 HP after taking the chip damage from the helmet here. So this means that with a 110 damage attack from Magnezone, with red, we still live. That's the thought process there. Now, if my opponent has Sabrina for this next turn with Magnezone, this gets very sketchy, and that is why we are going to elect to totally fill out our bench at this time to give us some options. So, and if he Cyruses, then it is what it is. We'll be able to come in for big damage against the Magnezone. For now, it's, you know, we're now heading into the mid game here where it's time to start pressuring our opponent. We're going to force this Magnezone. We're going to force the evolution. So yeah, I would say we're very much in the driver's seat for this battle though. Let's see. Kai, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. What a legend. Boys, we've been playing so good the past couple of days. We've been making really good progress through Ultra Ball tier. Okay, do we see the evolution? We probably do. It's stage 2, but yeah, okay. So we do see the evolution. Does he have red? Does our opponent have the red? What do we think? Does he have Cyrus? Okay, I was kind of hoping he would Cyrus there, which I know sounds weird, but I know that sounds weird. Do you know what's an interesting play? I actually do have a really interesting play here, but I don't have exactly what I would like. If I can pull Dawn on the next turn, we just win. Unless he puts something on the bench. So actually, we are gonna let Darkrai EX go down here because Magnezone has one more attack. Magnezone needs an electric energy, and he only has one more, which he's going to discard. So Magnezone is basically useless after picking up this Darkrai KO, and then I'm going to go into whatever is left over on the bench with energy advantage. So we're actually in a really good spot to just let Darkrai EX go down. And then the only thing that we have to worry about at that point is him having Cyrus with, you know, to target my Giratina on the back. I've already burned both potions as well. However, I haven't pulled Cape. So that's going to be what we're looking for here. Even if my opponent gets the Magneton evolution on the next turn, we should be in pretty good shape. We need to pull Dawn. If we top deck Dawn, we should just win. If not, we're going to have to burn one extra turn. And then if my opponent has Cyrus, then he does still have a win condition. Oh, he's trying to save that. That is an interesting play with red. Oh, wow. That was a fantastic play out of my opponent. To try and conserve that, be able to build up the Magnezone in the back. Really well done. That was really, really well done. So yeah, so I'm forced into Darkrai here. That's a momentum shift in our opponent's favor. However, they are still not winning. It's like a little bit 50-50 though. There's the Dawn. It's one turn too late. There's the Cyrus. And I think now we basically win. If my opponent gets the Magneton evolution here on the next turn, he's down to his bottom 8 cards. If he gets it, he now has a high chance to win off of a Cyrus. If he doesn't have Cyrus and he only has a Sabrina that he can use, then we're still okay because we have Leaf. This is a fantastic time for us to bellow. Okay, we are in really, really good shape now. We're in really good shape. Our opponent can't do anything meaningful on this turn. We have Benny with the gifts over on TikTok. Thank you so much. Shout out to JCDM for following on TikTok. LV, Miles, JCD. Let's see. Oh, thank you for sharing the live as well. Sharavon, thank you for following. Yeah. E, thank you for following. Maury, thank you for following. BG, thank you for following. 3X. Cookin. Tony. Yep, there's the tackle. If my opponent has red, this does get a little bit sketchy. We need... Ah, dang it. We needed something very specific on this turn, and we didn't pull it. This is sketchy now. I'm forced to cape my Darkrai here and hope that he doesn't have Cyrus. We're not out of the woods yet. We're not out of the woods yet. Actually, psych, I lied. We are totally out of the woods, and we guaranteed win. GG's. My opponent no longer has a win condition. Let's go. Yeah, GG's. Yeah, my opponent was playing off of... I assume he was playing off of a Magnezone and, like, Cyrus play. Shout out to our opponent. The win streak lives. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Ultra Ball 2. Wait, I have Deja Vu. It is Ultra Ball 2 Deja Vu. We're back. Oh my goodness. Wait, we're so back right now. I gotta timestamp that. 36 minutes. Ultra Ball 2 again. 2 games before Ultra Ball 2. Okay. Let's keep it moving. Let's go, boys. Ultra Ball 2. Huge W. We're playing really well today. That brings the win rate for today up to like about 80%, I think. Watermelon with the gifts over on TikTok, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Stop using OP cards. Use an original deck, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to know what decks you're using to push through Ultra Ball. If you're using a non-meta deck, I think you're just going to get smoked. If you're not using a meta deck, I don't think you're going to make it very far in ranked. That's the truth. That's just the truth. Can I look at the deck? I got you. Let's see. Oh, wait. That's all the decks I just popped up. My bad. We're going to be at, say, level 45 Piga. Here's the deck. Everybody get your screenshots. Let's go. I'm Ultra Ball 2 and I don't use Giratina Darkrai. What do you use? Charizard, Gallade, Dialga, Meowscarada. I'm sorry to break it to you. Those are all meta decks as well. Okay, we're going first, which is not the best. Are we going up against a mirror match? We see the Dark Energy, which tells us it's probably going to be Weavile, Darkrai, or it's going to be Druddigon. Adam says he's using Palkia. That's so funny. Oh, gosh. All right. Let's see. Pop, hope you're doing well today. Anon, hope you're doing well. Icy, Green, Zach. Thoughts on Gallade deck? I think it's really good. I think Gallade, I have Gallade in like top 5 right now. So this is basically a best case scenario for us. The only way that it could be better is if we were going second. Our opponent is going to have energy advantage. However, because we're able to get Giratina down on the first turn, we're able to at least generate some energy, which is good. Do you consider this deck to be number 1? This deck that I'm using is currently probably like top 3. I think it's really good. And it's interesting as well because it's a different flavor. And by the way, it's really funny that Adam is saying don't use meta decks and stuff because this is technically not a meta deck. So the meta deck variant of this is Darkrai, Giratina, and Druddigon. This is a brand new flavor that we've started seeing over the course of the last couple of days in Master Ball tier, which doesn't feature Druddigon. So this is just Darkrai, Giratina, and that's basically it. And our opponent is choosing to go all in on Giratina and use this Darkrai as a shield, which actually we are okay with. I think what we're going to do here is we are going to elect to... Well, we don't have Cyrus in our hand. I was going to say, what's interesting... So Sabrina here is a really interesting play to begin positioning ourselves to be able to handle this. I think what I want to do is not Sabrina on this turn, but Sabrina on the next turn. And we are going to play for... Oh, wait, we have an interesting Dawn play here. Now, the thing is people never expect the pressure that you can apply on your opponent on turn 2. If only we had energy advantage and we weren't going first. If only we had energy advantage and we weren't going first. Okay, so our opponent Sabrinaing there actually does prevent us from doing that. That was kind of an interesting play. Why would my opponent... That does slow us down a tiny bit. It means that we can't Dawn on this turn. If we wanted to Dawn and set up the Giratina, then we would go into a 1v1 against this Giratina. So now we Sabrina right now. Yeah, we Sabrina now and we position ourselves to pick up a KO on the following turn. That is exactly what we do. And we do commit to caping. If my opponent wants to red, they can't Sabrina and red in the same turn, which means Darkrai is safe from a KO against Giratina. You get 1 supporter trainer card per turn. So the play here is always just to... I don't think that there's any sense in actually healing Giratina here, because if we attack our opponent's Giratina, we're always going to be in KO range with his Darkrai. With his Darkrai plus red, we're always in KO range. So let's actually hold on to that for a little bit. And for now, we're going to go into Darkrai here for like a worst case scenario situation. And then we bellow. So we still have an interesting play on the following turn with Dawn. Something to keep in mind here is that our Giratina... Okay, so you are going to Leaf. Interesting. That is very interesting. So now what do we want to pull here? I suppose we want to pull Cyrus. Does our opponent get the heal off? This is going to change things. Yep, so he does get the 20 damage. If we potion here, it doesn't make a difference at all. There's no difference here. We actually do want to pull Cyrus here. If we pull Cyrus, we're really well off. No, and we don't pull it, darn it. If I double potion, what does that do for me? If my opponent swaps out, he could swap out for free and red for 150 damage. And the issue is that if I attack right now and I pick up the KO... there's no point even dawning. I think I win the 1v1. I think I win the 1v1 here. I think I win the 1v1. I have to take the KO. Or... No, I do have a different strat that I could go with. I actually do have a different strat here. But if he Sabrinas... So here's the down... Here's what I could do, right? I could red, but this would force me to swap out and burn my energy. I think that's not the play, though. I think I lose if I do that. Because if he has some way to... Yeah, because he could Sabrina and basically... Okay, yeah. So the play here is always to attack. I'm sorry, guys. I'm thinking like 2 turns ahead and I'm not articulating everything. But this is the correct play for sure, without a doubt. Are we in Ultra Rank 2 yet? Yes, Austin. We are in Ultra Ball Rank 2. Okay, so Giratina is going to go down. However, it's going to cost my opponent 20 HP. So even if my opponent does a full heal here, he's always down to 150. I have typing advantage and I have red, which means guaranteed 120 damage. What I need to pull here is Cape. That's what I must pull. My opponent has a difficult choice to make here, but I think his play is always just to attack the Giratina. That's all he can do. Oh, and he just concedes. Okay, gotcha. I think my opponent actually did have a way to win there if he pulled red, but maybe he just didn't have it. Maybe he was running 1 red and he just didn't have it. So the win streak lives. Let's go, boys. We're playing really well. We're playing really well today. Yeah, so I think my opponent probably concedes there if he just knows that his deck doesn't have the Cyrus or the Sabrina. Like maybe he just had like 1. Let's go. Huge W. So that brings our win rate for today up to above 80% win rate today. We've lost 1 and we've won 5. What is that? 80% win rate, I think. Let's keep it moving. You won no matter what because... Oh, yeah, that's right. Because no, I don't do 140 with Darkrai. I do 100 with the... Oh, no, because of red. Yeah, you're right. Because of the context of red, I do win. You're right. But my opponent doesn't know that. My opponent doesn't know that I have red. So if he has red, you just got to go for it if you're my opponent. Darkrai does 80 damage, but with the weakness, it does 100. Plus the Nightmare Aura does 120. and then his Darkrai had 150, and then it's going to KO my Giratina, which drops into 130, so you do live against Darkrai for 1 turn. If my opponent doesn't know that I have red, I think you got to go for it and not concede. Let's see. Adam says, what's your personal favorite deck so far? Oh, that's a good question. My favorite deck is probably... I've been really enjoying the Mewtwo Giratina deck, this one right here. Pocket Mads used it to get up to Master Ball tier with like a really good win rate. By the time he reached Master Ball tier, he still held a 75% win rate or something like that with that deck. It's exceptional. It's really good. The opponent was probably assuming the worst case scenario. Yeah, I think so. Or he was a stream sniper and he just knew. However, I don't make those assumptions because it's extremely difficult to stream snipe in this game. So, but maybe he just knew, yeah. Taxi, thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube. What a legend. Darkrai is guaranteed here, which is just, it's so fantastic, especially with this open with Farfetch'd. Which, by the way, we're going up against a fighting deck, which basically guarantees either Gallade or Rampardos. So, the game plan here is to come in with... So, we're guaranteed to come in on a KO with Farfetch'd using Nightmare Aura if he doesn't have heals, which is fantastic. So best case scenario here is he never heals the Farfetch'd, he never capes the Farfetch'd, which I never see people commit to caping the Farfetch'd. Against Darkrai, I almost would consider doing that though, because if I have Leaf, which I do, on my 3rd turn of energy, it means I can Leaf the Giratina out, my 3rd Nightmare Aura KOs the Farfetch'd, and I still get an attack off, an 80 damage attack into whatever he has on the bench. So it's not, my opponent is not in the best position for that reason. However, if you're my opponent, you probably just hope that I don't have the Leaf and you chance it. That's really all you can do. Do we see our opponent pick up heal, or does our opponent elect to heal on this turn? By the way, our chances to win this game are now up to about 70 to 80%, considering he has nothing on the bench. At this point in the game, especially if you're running Gallade, you need Rolts on the bench as early as possible because you're trying to find that evolution, right? It's a stage 2. You're burning 2 turns just to get the... Oh, no, this is going to be a Rampardos. So, regardless, though, he still needs to evolve into Cranidos, and then he still needs to evolve into Rampardos. This is like the last turn that my opponent had to try to make something happen. He also... I don't want to say it in case he's watching the stream. Let's wait a second for his turn to end. My opponent has a play here that he must make. He has to make a play on this turn. If he doesn't find it, he basically, he can't win. Let's see if the people in chat can see what he has to do here. Okay, he elects to not, that was actually that was a really good way to deal with it. So what he had to do there was either heal the Farfetch'd or get out. The reason being is because of this. We are now going to release Darkrai into the wild, and I am just going to pressure my opponent relentlessly. Yeah, so we are going to pick up KOs here left and right. He will be able to, now the best case scenario for my opponent here is to be able to get the Cranidos evolution on this next turn and then have Rampardos in his hand. That is now the best case scenario for my opponent. I need to have something else on my bench for when Rampardos comes out if he tries to Sabrina. If he has Cyrus, though, it just is what it is. Nothing you can do about that. You know what's very interesting here is... No, I need to get the point on this turn. I have to. I was going to say, you know, you have to choose between attacking and bellowing. I do have to bellow at some point. The only way to get that 3rd Psychic Energy on Giratina EX is to waste a turn. It's the only way. However, against these fighting decks that feature Rampardos, they are so fast. Rampardos costs a single fighting energy. That should guarantee his Cranidos, right? Or wait, no. Okay, and he does Sabrina, and that's why... Do we have another Leaf? We do actually have another Leaf here. We do have another Leaf, and I think I'm going to burn it. Ooh, this is so interesting, because I could burn another turn. If he doesn't have the evolution, I would rather go out to this Giratina. If he doesn't, I'm going to go out to this Giratina. I'm going to chance that he's going to evolve right now. If he evolves right now, this is the better play. I think he's going to have it. He does have it. Okay. Fantastic. So basically, the reason why that's the better play is because If he doesn't have Rampardos, he can't Cyrus. So here, hold on. Now, our play here is very straightforward. And at this point, my opponent like no longer has a win condition after this turn. Because what is my opponent going to win with? Yeah, fantastic. Okay. The win streak lives. We are now 1 loss and 6 wins today. We are absolutely cooking. Oh my goodness. I hope everyone's doing well today, man. If you're just tuning in, we are on the road to Grandmaster rank. That's a 3 win streak, and we are absolutely cooking Ultra Ball tier with this deck. Everybody get your screenshots. What do you consider the top 3 decks? This deck that I'm showing up right now is a top 3 deck. This deck right here, people have been using a lot in Ultra Ball tier and Master Ball tier. And then if I had to give one more spot, it would either have to go to Gallade, or I would have to give it to Gyarados. Those decks. There's been a lot of hype around Charizard EX, this deck right here. However, I don't know why, man. I feel like it was a little bit better at the start of ranked, and now it's like, I don't know. You see, at the end of the day, the reason why I'm not super big on Charizard is you still need to flip heads. You need to get Moltres in the active slot, you need to pull Charmander, and you need to flip heads. So you have, but here's the thing though, if everything can go right in the context of that Charizard EX deck, you are basically guaranteed to win. Nothing is going to live a hit from Charizard EX. So yeah, do with that what you will. Going second is Gong of Good Fortune. Everybody in chat has increased pack luck on this day. Congrats to everyone in the chat. You also get increased pack luck if you like the stream. Okay. Our opponent does manage to get Dialga EX in the active slot. And luckily for us, we're going second though. So I talk about this all the time. Dude, the metal decks using Dialga, if you go first, it feels so bad. Like, I can't use these Dialga decks anymore, dude, for this particular use case that my opponent is running. Like, dude, like, sorry, this scenario that my opponent finds himself in now. Because, dude, now I have energy advantage just out the wazoo. He's going to need turn 3 to be able to now attack with Metallic Turbo. By the time, dude, like, this is so bad for my opponent. I'm going to be able to get Darkrai in and attack his Dialga and, like, basically pick up a KO. Which is nuts. Yeah, if you're running Dialga, man, and you go first, I just feel so bad for you. It's so bad. Let's see. How many cards do you have gold? I have 4 Charizard EX gold. I have 1 Mewtwo EX gold. I have a Pikachu EX gold. And I have a Pokeball gold. So that's 7 gold cards. Okay, so we Professor's research on this turn every day of the week. We're not going to commit to a cape yet. Well, I guess we could now. We pulled double cape, so we might as well. Actually, no, we're still not going to commit to cape just yet. Until we see a little bit more of what's going on and what our opponent could target by the time it comes time for them to attack. Okay, this is a Giga Yikes. My opponent must do something on this next turn. I don't want to say it in case he happens to be in the stream. My opponent must do something on this turn. If he doesn't do it, he's basically gonna be cooked. Void, it's been a couple hundred. We've posted a bunch of YouTube videos on the channel. The channel's at LevelUpRobo, or you can search Robo Pokemon. We've done a bunch of pack openings. So we did over 100 packs of Shining Revelry, and then all the other ones we've done over 100 packs as well. So our opponent does find the Metallic Turbo, and he does manage to get the helmet on. So it is not over yet. My opponent needed to find it. This makes things very interesting. He managed to find exactly what he needed because now Arceus is able to come in. However, my opponent does need to fill out that bench to get full usage out of Arceus. Arceus does 130 if you can manage to get that full bench, which our opponent has not found. For that reason, I'm almost thinking about staying in and doing something a little bit tricky on the next turn. Alternatively, see, because here's the thing, you get 1 supported trainer card per turn. Obviously, a lot of people in chat probably looking at red here. There's some interesting things we can do there. But we need one turn to Bellow to be able to attack with Giratina. If we want to get Giratina out and attack with Darkrai... Oh, wait, that actually is the play. That is the play. Is burn the energy here, and then Cape. That is the play, actually. Burn the energy, Cape. This is funky, but this is the play. You guys got to let me cook. You guys have got to let me... Wait, no, it's not the play. It's not the play. It's not the play. It depends on what I pull here. Can I pull another Darkrai? I can't, so it's not the play. Never mind. Yeah, we do it like this. We do it like this. That's the play. Okay, there were like 2 or 3 different things I could have done there, but I assure you guys that's the play. I assure you. Does our opponent find everything for his bench? Oh no! Was he baiting that he didn't have the bench? Oh, he was baiting it! No, he was baiting it! He was baiting it! Oh, what a play out of our opponent. What a play. So there were like 2 or 3 different things I could have done there. I could have burned the energy. Oh, that is such a yikes. And also I was too slow there, because if I potioned, I could have prevented that as well for like a worst case scenario. Because yeah, it actually was a little bit obvious. It actually was. I didn't want to burn the energy though on like a worst case scenario. Okay, well that's fine. It's actually not fine. This is actually really bad. 130 damage is coming in guaranteed. You get 1 supporter trainer card per turn though, so I'm basically guaranteed to pick up this KO. And then I have something to Cyrus in the back. So actually, although the chat is probably fuming, I'm still actually winning here. This is actually still winning for me. Because I just commit to the Darkrai and then I have Cyrus. So yeah, this is actually fine. And then I also have Dawn. I also have Dawn for advantage going into the Dialga. So this is actually winning for me. On my next turn, I'll get a big boost here. And then we save red for that. Yes, this is still winning for me. This is still winning. So I wouldn't even call that a slight misstep. I would say I pretty much that was a huge misplay. I was just gonna say he needed... Oh no, he Poké Center Lady's the back line. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So then this is still winning for me because of this reason right here. Because I do it like this, boys. I do it like this. Are you guys ready? I still win. Yes. I still win through Dawn. And then on my following turn, I'm going to do something that I don't want to say in case he's watching the stream. But yes, I'm pretty sure I guaranteed win now. If he has Sabrina, that makes this messy. If he has Cyrus, that makes this messy. Let me think about this. How many cards? So he's down to... It's possible that he's bottom decked it. It's possible that he's bottom decked it. If he hasn't, then... What else do I need to be wary of here? I think that's pretty much it. There's no point in potioning. Because he's going to have the 100 hit attack regardless. Mew can't attack. Yeah, there's no point ever burning that potion. It's going to come down to whether or not my opponent has the Cyrus. If he Sabrinas, he can't red. If he Sabrinas, then we're fine. Has he already... What does he burn? Let's look at his discard. He probably... he hasn't played it yet. He probably just has it right here. Okay, you get 1 supporter trainer card per turn. Our opponent doesn't find it. He needs to find heals right here or he loses. Does he find it? Does he find it? That's GG's. Shout out to our opponent. Wow. A huge misstep by us. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got the red. That seals the deal and Darkrai takes it home. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely unbelievable. What was a huge misstep by us, we managed to turn it around and our opponent concedes. Yes, sir. The win streak lives. The win streak lives. That is absolutely massive. We are now 1 loss and 7 wins today. 1 loss and 7 wins. I would say between today and yesterday, we've been playing exceptionally well. We've been playing really good Pokeball. We've had some missteps, though. But we're keeping them pretty rare, and we're also trying to learn from them, which is really important. So that is fantastic. I will say that easily could have blown up in our face. That easily could have blown up in our face. If it was like 2 turns later into the game, he probably has Cyrus. You never know, though, right? So luck happened to go our way. We'll take it. Okay. Carlitos, level 47 is next up. Show the deck, please. I got you guys. Everybody get your screenshots. Everybody get your screenshots. Can I see the Gallade deck again? Yes, I got you on the Gallade deck. Okay, going second is Gong of Good Fortune. Everybody in chat has increased pack luck. Get your screenshots on the Gallade deck. Here we go. Everybody in chat knows I have screenshots of every single deck in existence. Okay, let's move it. Let's move on. Now, going second is a best case scenario. We're going up against a fighting deck here. So we are actually not going to put Giratina down until we see if he has Hitmonlee in the active slot here. And it's far-fetched. Okay. Let's see what our opponent does here. On our turn now, on our turn when we actually can do something, that's when we're going to put Giratina down. Thank you so much. I got you, man. I got you. What deck is worth going for at level 20, says Void. Oof, that's a hard question. Because I would say... to build all the different meta decks, you have to... Do you read chat? Says FC. Yes, I do. You need to... to build the meta decks, you have to... Oh, dude, I've had something in my eye for like 10 minutes. To build a meta deck, you have to rip multiple packs. So if I were you at level 20, what I would do is go on YouTube, search for like meta decks, find one that you really like, identify the cards, and then target those packs. And do all the solo missions to get hourglasses and just target very specific packs. You have to go in with a game plan when you're a low level if you're trying to build a meta deck. You have to. Okay, how do we feel about this? This is a Gyarados deck that does not feature, or at least he hasn't pulled Lucario, or he's not using it, which is so bizarre. I feel like you have to run Lucario with Rampardos. My turn is always just going to be Giratina. Now that we see Hitmonlee's not in the active slot. He has to X-Speed or burn something to get in and start targeting our Giratina. But we're happy to welcome that. We're not going to commit to caping something just yet until we identify a little bit more about what our opponent's going to do. But yeah, so turn 1 is always just going to be Nightmare Aura and Bellow. And with this energy advantage, we're in really good shape. Let's see. Do you advise doing 10 packs at the same time or single packs? I would say that they're the same, right? Like, I don't think that like a single pack or a 10 pack is going to have better odds, so just do whatever you'd like. 40 damage into Darkrai is pretty funny. I'm not even going to lie. If we cape and potion, what does that do? If we pull double potion, Marshadow still comes in for the KO. And do we let it happen? Oh, no, I know exactly what we have to do here. Once again, I don't want to say it out loud just in case our opponent's watching. We've rarely been stream sniped, but whenever you get into the higher tiers, it's a little easier to stream snipe. Only Dark Energy? What deck? This deck features Darkrai EX and Giratina EX only. Okay, double potion makes this really funny. Let's actually go. Double potion is massive. So we are going to commit to the cape here. Oh, wait, no. Let's hold the cape. It might make our opponent misplay. Here. If he thinks that there's a line where after the Farfetch'd, if Marshadow can come in, he may misplay here. So we need to kind of coax our opponent into doing something very particular on this turn. So sometimes it's better to not fully reveal your hand to your opponent for that reason. So yeah, we bellow. And on the next turn, this is going to be really bad for our opponent. This is going to be really bad. Our opponent needs something very particular to happen on this turn. There's 2 paths he could take here to turn this around. Let's see if he can find it. So he does go into the Marshadow. We predicted that. We knew that was going to happen. Let's see it. Our opponent's thinking about it. He has a couple of different choices he can make. I don't want to say just yet. We'll talk about it when his turn's over. He has the red. Yikes. I did not want to see that. Really well played. So that basically means that our double potion was all for naught. So now my turn changes quite a lot. Now I bellow and I don't pick up the KO. Or I bait the Marshadow to come out right now. Yeah, I just bait the Marshadow. That would be fantastic. Let's have the Marshadow come out here. Because that would be a huge misplay. If my opponent has the X speed, then he burns the X speed and then it's fine. He has nothing. So yeah, and then he gives up to Hitmonlee. Now here's the thing. I could bellow. I could bellow. I could bellow here. I could bellow. But then I'm still just fine. If he gets the evolution, then it gets messy though. This gets very messy. I have another cape though, so I'm fine for whatever he has in the back and I can burn a turn. So I'm always okay. Yeah, I'm always okay to just cape. Cape the back. On a worst case scenario, I have... No, on a worst case scenario, I have other Giratina here. I'm always okay. I'm always okay to just go up 2 points. I'm always okay. Marshadow comes in, picks up a KO, and then I think we just win. We just win. We will take 1 extra turn of damage here. If he gets a KO from... Or, sorry, if he gets the evolution here, which he probably does, we're late game at this point. He's down to the bottom half of his deck. And also he gets... So he is going to have the Gyarados here. So my opponent's going to make this interesting. But he doesn't have Lucario. My opponent doesn't have Lucario, so I always just win. I always just win here. Yeah. I need to pull Sabrina here, though. I do actually need to pull Sabrina. And I do pull Sabrina. So I basically am guaranteed to win now. If I pull Cyrus on the next turn and things get funky, it's worthwhile to get the chip damage now. Also, it enables some Dawn Tech next turn if like there's some funky things our opponent can try. This is like the best way to do it, I think. You have to choose between attacking and bellowing, so there's no point in putting Dark Energy on Giratina if I'm going to get an opportunity for it next turn anyways. It's better to secure that. Okay, so our opponent does have the Gyarados, which is going to do 130 damage. And on worst case scenario, that is 150 with red. So we always just win with Sabrina. Does he have the red? Does he have the red? Okay, he doesn't have it, so we guaranteed win with Sabrina. I was going to say, if he had the red, then we would tie. If we don't, yeah, so we would have tied. But that's GG's. We're cooking the Ultra Ball tier here, boys. We're cooking. GG's. GG's, GG's. Shout out to our opponent for trying a different flavor of that deck. I think that the deck variant that uses Lucario is much better, though. Because you can still run a Hitmonlee in that version. I think most people do. This is my version of that deck. Let me get it pulled up. Oh, I don't have the screenshot. My bad. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. That's 1 loss, 8 wins today. Oh, my goodness. Didn't even have to Sabrina. That's true. That was a little bit toxic, I guess. It was actually a little toxic. Let's see. I joined your Discord server, and now I'm 3 cards away from Immersive View. That's what's up. Yeah, man. Hey, thank you so much for saying that, by the way. There's been a lot of people coming in chat that's saying that they've been enjoying the Discord. I'll throw the link in the chat for you guys. So, in the Discord, you can trade. We do a lot of trading. We do 1v1s. We share decks, screenshots of decks and meta decks, and we talk about the game and updates. So there we go. I just threw the link in the chat if you guys want to come join. I'll throw it in the TikTok chat as well. However, for whatever reason, TikTok doesn't have it to where you can, you can't, there's no clickable links in TikTok. So unfortunately for the TikTok people, you would just have to come to YouTube, and it's in the links of all the videos and stuff. So, how do I find the channel? You just search at LevelUpRobo on YouTube, or you can search Robo Pokemon. So yeah, I'm sorry that you guys can't click the link in TikTok, but I threw it in there anyways. Okay, let's keep it moving, boys. We are cooking through ranked, or through Ultra Ball tier. Going second is Gong of Good Fortune. And we have a Darkrai open against a fire deck. This is like 90% chance to be Charizard. Garchomp TV, thank you so much for subscribing. And Cornell Dogify, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you, thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No Druddigon in this deck. Yes, sir. Okay, so our opponent's... Wow, so wait, this is not Charizard. This is Fire Arceus. Is this the Arceus with Heatran? That's so banana. Yeah, it is. What is going on here? This is like a blast from the past. This is last meta. And even at the peak of last meta, this deck was B tier. You never know, though. You never know how luck is going to go, so I'm not going to count my opponent out just yet. By the time our opponent's Arceus is going to be able to attack, we're going to be able to cape. And so we're in really, really good shape here. This is a fantastic open. Let's see. Thanks, man. I'm going to use this deck now that I'm near to Master Ball. That's what's up. And by the way, congrats on getting close to Master Ball. Ultra Ball tier is very difficult. I feel like getting Master Ball in this meta is a huge accomplishment and very hard. Okay, so our opponent is using... Oh, what? This is a water and fire deck? Huh? Is that an accident, do we think, boys? Do you know how whenever you adjust a deck, it can sometimes make things goofy with the energy if you're not paying attention? This might be an accident here. Oh no. Do you commit to Arceus? Or do you swap? Do you commit to Arceus here? Do you commit to Arceus? Leaf? Or wait, no, he researched. Oh my goodness, my opponent's energy is set back to square one. Oh my gosh. Our opponent's energy is set back to square one. We are in such a commanding position here, boys. If I Sabrina, he just goes out to Druddigon. Oh my goodness, wait, we have Tyrannical in the chat. W Dono. What an absolute legend. Thank you so much for the support, Tyrannical. Thank you for showing up to all the streams. We love seeing you in chat. We love hanging out with you. An absolute legend in the chat. My play is always just to attack the Heatran here, because if I Sabrina... Yeah, that's always the play. That is always the play. Trust. Because on the next turn, I'm going to do something funky. Let's see. Mr. Doggy, hope you're doing well today. PK, Pipex, hope you're doing well today. Tyrannical, Kit Knight, Carte, Santiroto. There's the Water Shuriken. That's fine. We have potions for Water Shuriken, so it's totally okay. Let's see. Drop your username? If you join the Discord, you can find me in there. Let's see. Don't be scared to take the early chip. Yeah, so this late game, he has to be a bot? No, he's definitely not a bot. Well, first of all, you only encounter bots in the bottom tiers, so yeah, it's basically guaranteed to not be a bot. And also, you only face bots whenever you're on a losing streak if you're in the bottom tiers. So an Ultra Ball tier, I mean, I went on a pretty big losing streak and you never encounter a bot a single time. So our opponent's going to bring in Greninja on the next turn. How interesting is that? That is so interesting. We just continue pressuring our opponent here and pick up KOs as we, as we can. Our opponent is just in such a hole. It's insane. What is the worst case scenario here with red? Nothing that we need to be afraid of. So we're going to take the chip damage here. And we're going to keep it moving. We have a lot of options here for Cyrus as well. So what's very interesting about our current situation is we can Cyrus and then Nightmare Aura and go up 2 points. And then get a big hit for 80 damage into whatever he has left over. At a certain point, you got to think our opponent's going to have to start investing into Arceus. Because here's the thing. Arceus needs a full bench to get that 130 damage attack, which you need against my team. You need a full 130 and you need red. Because if my Giratina in the back is fully set, it has full HP, you're just cooked. So he is continuing to fill out his bench. That's fantastic. At a certain point, our opponent needs to find that. Oh, dude, this is insane. Okay, so he's going to get 60 damage. So Guaranteed 80 damage per turn with Greninja means that I do need to start building up Giratina on the back. I need to pull another Darkrai here. We need Darkrai, not Giratina. We don't want Giratina off this Pokeball. Nice. Okay. We're still in really good shape. We are still in really good shape. If I Sabrina, I just win whenever I pull Cyrus. So I think that's the play. I still also haven't pulled Professor's Research. So there's 2 Professor's Research in here, and how many Cyrus do we have in this deck? We have 1 Cyrus. So we have a 3 in 9 chance of winning if I Sabrina on this turn. So we do. There's no point in potioning this Darkrai. There's no point, because Greninja is always going to KO regardless on the next turn. That always just happens, so we do it like this. We go for the KO right now. I drop 10, I drop 20. Yeah, that's always the play. And then we 1v1 Greninja with Potion. And then on the next turn, we Giratina. Yeah, okay, we do it like this. We Bellow on the next turn and then Dawn. And then we're in really good shape. That's how this works. Okay, whenever we pull Cyrus, we win. All we need now is to pull Cyrus. Yeah, the chip damage here is irrelevant. We'd rather just take the point. We're cooking right now. Let's see. SH, thank you for following. RJ, hope you're doing well today. Acacius, hope you're doing well today. Period. Adam. Let's see. PK, Michael, Ryan, the underdog. Hope everyone's doing well today, man. Hope everyone's Sunday is going great. The other Arceus is in. If we pull Cyrus here, the game is over. Now, our opponent has managed to pick up, you know, 2 points here with the most unusual deck. So huge congrats to our opponent. Huge congrats. Another cape here would be fantastic. There's the other Giratina. I have double leaf here. There's so much opportunity that we have. With Dawn, I should win regardless. Let's think about this. Let's burn our potion right now. And then we Broken Space Bellow. Okay, you get 1 supporter trainer card per turn, so even whenever I pull, if I pull Professor's Research, I still have to burn another turn. We are not out of the, dude, we're not out of the woods yet. And if our opponent has Cyrus, this does get a little bit messy. We had really good early game luck here, but the late game, we are not finding the 1 card that we need. We just need Cyrus. That's all we need. Arceus is going to come in for really big damage here, boys. 130. We can stall with Giratina. That's why we have the double leaf. But after this, if our opponent has Cyrus, this is very bad. We have to pull Cyrus right here. What rank? We're currently in Ultra Ball 2. Our win-loss for today is 1 loss, 8 wins. And he has the Sabrina. How do I even care about that? I actually don't care about that at all. No, I actually do. What is he? Where does he go with this Shuriken? He goes for the back. So he's going to play for Cyrus into Arceus on the next turn? Cyrus. No! What? I still just win, though, so it's fine. Yeah, honestly, I was going to say, shout out to our opponent for even making it that far. Shout out to our opponent. They played great. The win streak lives, ladies and gentlemen. We are absolutely cooking. We are absolutely cooking. If our opponent had 1 extra turn there, and if I continued to have bad luck, that gets interesting. That actually gets interesting. But the play there is always just to leaf. You bring Darkrai up, you get the Nightmare Aura, which is 20, and then you finish off the Greninja with 80, so I guaranteed to have the win there if he didn't swap out. But I was predicting our opponent to do something a little bit different there with Arceus, and then it actually does get interesting. But yeah, okay, our opponent didn't find it. A very unusual and off-meta deck. We saw that deck during the last meta in Triumphant Light, and even then it was only ever like a high B tier deck, and he managed to really go the distance, so really good plays out of our opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we are on the road to Master Ball rank. We are currently using this deck. Everybody get your screenshots. And the win streak for today is 1 loss, 9 wins. We are cooking the ranked ladder with this deck. We are cooking everyone. Let's see. How do you play on PC? You use a emulator to emulate a device, and then you sign into your account on PC. There's lots of emulators out there you can look into. But just look, you can just search like Pokemon Pocket Emulator PC and you can find some steps. Lots of different options. Yeah, okay. Let's keep it moving, boys. Let's keep it moving. We're playing exceptional today. We're doing really well. Could have? Question mark? Could have. Oh my goodness, we got the grammar police in here. Shout out the grammar police. Have you edited the deck at all today? I did, to put in the golden Pokeball. Subtle flex there. Yes, the golden Pokeball. Okay, we're going up against an electric deck, and we're going first. So that is basically a worst case scenario. Because we don't have Leaf in our opening hand, we are forced into having Darkrai in the active slot. Now, even though we're going first, what's fantastic about using Giratina is that we do get to generate some sort of energy on turn 1. Oh, this is like worst case scenario. Because now he has guaranteed ramp to whatever he puts on the back line. We have to hope he doesn't have like any other basic Pokemon that he can put on the bench. By the way, boys, I forgot to tell you guys, we just posted a YouTube video. So whoever's watching on TikTok or YouTube, I totally forgot to mention that. But we just posted another challenge video. If you guys don't know, I'm a mad lad. I do Pokemon Pocket challenges. Some of them are bananas. Some of them require 250 plus attempts to even get 1 win. We make bizarre decks and we give ourselves really difficult rules. An example being the hardcore 1 card only challenge, where you can only have 1 Pokemon in your deck. The other 19 cards have to be trainers. Your Pokemon has to be under 100 HP, meaning no EXs, and you can't use healing items, and you have to win. That's what we're talking about here. So I do insane challenges and we post them on YouTube. So if you're interested in that, you know, check it out. And we just posted another one today. Yeah, the Reggie deck, exactly right, Pipex. That's what we did. We tried to win with every single Reggie in the deck, and you have to have multiple energy. Water, fighting, steel energy in the deck. It's a horrible deck, and you have to try to win. So our opponent has guaranteed ramp. This is very bad. This is very bad. He chooses to not ramp the Pikachu, though. Why would you not ramp Pikachu? Maybe he's playing for a surprise Dawn play. So this means that there's never a reason to cape Darkrai. Let's wait until we can see if our opponent can attack. Let's not commit to caping something just yet. So our turn always just looks like this. If we had Sabrina, I would do something different, but this is like sort of worst case scenario. With these electric decks, man, they're so fast and they don't require hardly any energy. You need to go second. You don't want to go first for that reason. Do it again if we get EX versions of the Reggies. I got you. I got you. Lexus has been watching since the Celebi challenge. It motivated me to start making decks. Holy cow, Lexus is an OG. The Celebi challenge is still my favorite challenge that I've ever done. That was the max damage challenge, where there's 3 things that are logged on your battle record on your profile. You have your total wins in PvP, the most amount of damage you've ever dealt in a single PvP move, and your total amount of points. Well, the game caps it at 990 damage in a single PvP move, and we did it against a random opponent. It took hundreds of attempts, and we posted that on YouTube. It was absolute cinema. So here's the thing, boys. Darkrai guaranteed goes down on the next turn, which is not the best. So our play actually looks like this. That Darkrai is dead to us. We can leave, we can potion, it doesn't matter. Psych, it actually does matter. Maybe we do. And then we play for Dawn on the next turn if our opponent messes that up. Because there's a Dawn play right now. We could do 80 damage right now. However, maybe that is the play. No, because if he has red, then we're cooked. If he has red. So what we do here is we potion. Oh gosh, this is such a tough decision we have to make here. Okay, we just potion and we hold on to cape. That's the play. Yes, because that saves us from Magnezone plus red. So that's the point of that. And then we bellow, and cape is going to be for whoever needs to go into the 1v1 with Pikachu. That's the whole point. Okay, that's the play. On a worse, or okay, so yeah, so basically that was the most optimal turn we could play for our opponent's multiple different options. If he goes Magnezone here and he has red, that's the point of the push. He's Sabrina's. Okay. I really don't care about that. Yeah, that was kind of a wasted Sabrina. I'm not even going to lie. I guess he's hoping I misplay there and go out to Giratina. That way he can give himself a Pikachu EX KO. Oh, he's going to commit to Pikachu EX. This is a bad idea, I think. This is a bad idea. He's hoping I don't have red or Giovanni, but man, that's a bit of a gamble. Because, boys, Giratina solos his whole team. Oh my goodness, we have the red. Now, our opponent does go up 2 points, don't get me wrong, but we are very much in the driver's seat right now. Yeah. Okay, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to commit to caping Giratina here because we are going to lose some HP. Oh my goodness. Our opponent burns his cape on Pikachu EX, which means, you know, his only hope for Magnezone here is that he's running another cape, but this Pikachu is cooked. If we can just pull Cyrus, that is GG's. If our opponent pulls Cyrus, it's irrelevant. If our opponent pulls Sabrina, you get one supporter trainer card per turn. Our opponent cannot Sabrina and red. And I have the Leaf to be able to get Darkrai back out of there. I also have the Dawn if I want to commit to Darkrai. Okay, so he Professor's Researches, which means that Giratina is guaranteed to stay in. Do we see the Magnezone? We probably do. I'd be shocked. Yeah, he does have the Magnezone. It has 140 HP. He does have the helmet. So we're not out of the woods yet. We are not out of the woods yet here. If he has Cyrus, he just wins. If I pull Cyrus, I win. And we don't pull Cyrus. So my opponent can win this game. My opponent can very much win this game. We don't Leaf. Our play here is... if I attack... Oh, dude, our opponent... Oh, wait, no, yeah, I found it. Okay, that took... For whatever reason, my brain shut off. I don't know why I was not considering Nightmare Aura. Why did my... Dude, my brain... Did I just have a stroke? What just happened there? Did you guys see that? Wait, what just... Dude, wow, that was crazy. My brain totally shut off. Oh, wait, what was that? Oh, my goodness. Oh, wait, I should have potioned. Because now I just tied. Wait, I literally just had a stroke. Why did I not potion? Holy cow, wait, I missed a totally obvious play and then I didn't potion. What just happened, dude? I had a stroke, I think. That was bizarre. Wait, what? Did you guys... What happened? Dude, my face went like blank. And I like... But I found it. Thank goodness. So here's the thing, boys. Look, getting a tie, that's better than nothing, right? That's better than nothing. If I potioned, I would have got points there, but it's okay. We're still 1 loss and 9 wins, but I just had a stroke, I think. That was bizarre. Okay, scheduling an appointment with my doctor. Let's keep it moving. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Maybe I need another coffee. Hey, look, we didn't lose points. You know what I'm saying? I can't even lie. Yeah, that was crazy. That was something. Okay, look at that. Okay, so our current win rate right now for today is 1 loss, 9 wins, 1 stroke. Let's keep it moving. What deck? I got you. The deck is right here. Get your screenshots. Okay, going up against level 41 Huanca. Happens to all of us? Yeah, no, that was That was something. What just happened to me? My brain shut off. That was crazy. That was weird. Okay. Going second with Giratina is okay. We're going up against an electric deck. We definitely don't want to go first. Yeah. 9 wins, 1 loss, 1 stroke. There we go. Scheduling an appointment with my doctor is crazy. Raina, thank you for following on TikTok. The potion was the friends we made along the way. Yes, exactly. Kirby, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Wait, did the win streak go away in game? Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna be honest, in Ultra Ball tier, it doesn't really matter, because you don't gain points in Ultra Ball tier, which is criminal, by the way. Like, that's insane. Darkrai here would be everything. No, we pull another Giratina. Because I have Leaf, and this Giratina is guaranteed to take chip damage, and Mewtwo is going to be ramped, by the time I'm able to attack, it's going to be 3 turns from now. Pikachu EX is going to be guaranteed to be able to attack. Which means we have to let this top Giratina go down. And we have to focus our bottom Giratina and then Leaf. Which is not the best. Because you get 1 supporter trainer card per turn. So by the time Pikachu EX comes out, if it's caped, it's a problem. Certified. But if we can get Darkrai on the bench, then it's manageable. Is Mewtwo in the chat with us? Let's just pretend it didn't happen. Dude, hey, look. I mean, I'll take a tie, right? It could be worse, boys. It could be worse. Cactus, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so... Wow, dude, I'm gonna be honest. No... Okay, Darkrai here is huge. Darkrai here is so important. That is fantastic. We are gonna have to burn Leaf, but at least we are now setting up Darkrai. So this is now manageable. This is now much more manageable. We bellow. We need 1 more turn of bellowing. Giratina is going to go down. If he evolves into Magneton here, we might be in trouble. We might go down a little bit early. This Pikachu EX deck is very good, by the way. It's very good. I have it in the A tier right now. Yeah. Yeah, Neb, I get what you mean. You got to use meta decks, though. If you're an Ultra Ball tier or Master Ball tier, you have to use meta decks. Let's see. FC over in Twitch says, please use the Skarmory deck. Wait, that's what's up. We might have to give that a try. Our opponent could X-Speed Dawn and KO Giratina on this next turn, which is not the best. We're not going to commit to Cape just yet. Not just yet. Okay, so... I don't want to say what my next turn is just in case our opponent is in chat with us. However, we can really get a big momentum swing in our favor if our opponent messes up this turn right here. Our opponent has a couple... Oh, dang it. Do we see the evolution as well? Does our opponent have the evolution? If they don't, this is fantastic. Foster, hope you're doing well today. Hikuri, hope you're doing well today. Period. Neb, Lexus. Over in the YouTube, Tyler, hope you're doing well today. Sweetits, Adrian, Mr. Chef OP, Scorch, hope you're all doing well today. Okay, so Pikachu guaranteed causes problems now. Even if I cape something, this is not the best. This is not the best. I think I see something interesting that I can do. However, my turn here is always Professor's Research. Now, if our opponent wants to stall this out, we actually win the stall war. If we go 1v1, we win the stall war for sure. Is it worth... see, I may need to cape. I may need to save cape for Darkrai. If our opponent Sabrina's on this turn, we are in huge trouble. If he Sabrina's, he can't red, which means that the counter for the Sabrina play is to cape Giratina to be able to KO the Pikachu on the next turn. So now that we have prepared for that counter, we are good to actually bellow here. And now we are guaranteed to get Giratina out without burning Leaf. So we can also use his supporter trainer card. So this turn was pivotal. We needed to cape to be able to get that counter in case he has Sabrina. So the reason why, you know, you may ask yourselves, why cape Giratina instead of Darkrai? It's because Giratina is how we are able to KO the Pikachu in one go. Won't your Giratina die though? Well, we would potion. Okay, and we do see the Sabrina come through. We do see the Sabrina come through. So he might actually go... Does he go into Pikachu here? I will stall this out. I will Leaf and I will make him repeat it and I will potion. So I will stall this. And then he will have essentially burned the Sabrina for no reason. Which I'll trade a Sabrina for a Leaf every day of the week. I definitely will. This is also giving me time to pull. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. I trade this every day of the week. That's a winning trade for me. That's fantastic. Now we retreat. Now, if Magnezone comes in on the next turn, it's a bit of a problem. I have to save a potion. I have to. For the Pikachu 1v1. I have to save the potion. Let's see. Yeah. I have to let Giratina go down here. I think I lose. I think I lose. So our play here is now the Pikachu not being caped. Yeah, that's the play. This is my win condition now. Magneton swing? Yeah, so that's what I'm planning for here. That is exactly what I'm planning for. I will say, if Giratina does not go down on this turn, we do have an interesting play with Dawn, but I think I would rather have the Giratina fully set up in the back. We're going to see the Magnemite swap out here. Or evolve. One of the two. Might have sold with a double potion? Maybe. If I can come in against the Pikachu with Giratina at full HP from the bench, it's not a sell. He capes the Magneton. That's a pretty good play, actually. There's the Cyrus. I actually think it's time. We're going to save the Leaf. This Giratina is dead to us. We save the Leaf, we bait the Pikachu. Save Leaf, bait Pikachu is always the play. Yeah, that's always the play. So this is going to bait the Pikachu to come out. This is winning here for me. Okay. Yeah, this is winning. We are now in the end game against our opponent here. I always have Cyrus to pick up another point, and then... So I can win on the next turn. Can the people in chat find the game-winning line? My opponent has to do something here to stay alive. He has to. He has two things he can do here to stay alive and stall out one more turn if he's looking for cards. Otherwise, I win. I win right here. Let's see if chat can find the game-winning line that I have. My opponent has to do something very particular on this turn. Would have been my move, yeah. Okay, interesting. Is he bringing out the Pikachu for a guaranteed 2 points? That's probably what he's doing, but he would need... Wow, this is weird. This is really weird. He's just trying to stall. This is why we save the Leaf. Yeah, that's why we save the Leaf, so that's fine. Do we even care about that? That was so weird. Like, we don't care at all about that. That was so weird. This is just a guaranteed win now. Oh, wait, I could have won. I could have won by putting the energy on Darkrai. That was a bit of a throw, but it doesn't matter because I win either way. Yeah, I still just win either way. Wait, dude, I actually am having a stroke. Oh, dude, that's so funny. I still win either way, boys. Come on, look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't look. Okay, I wasted a turn. It's fine. Look, it's fine. I always bring Giratina EX in. It's fine. I have red. It's okay, boys. It's okay. Oh, dude, wait. What is my doctor's number? Maybe I need more caffeine. Maybe that's what I need. Look, it's fine. Our opponent still has 0 points. We save the leaf. We have red. It's okay. That was really funny, though. I can't lie. Wait, hold on. It's back-to-back games. It's the Pikachu deck. That's what it is, dude. Okay, our opponent concedes. Let's go. Okay. Look, barring some, I would call them weird missteps. Barring that, we're playing exceptionally well. Hopefully that appointment's tomorrow. Yeah, okay, we're gonna get that sorted. We oh wait, okay, but we're cooking. We're cooking though. Let me cook. You need vanilla Dr. Pepper. That's why, Marco. You're not wrong. Dude, vanilla Dr. Pepper is overpowered. What's the deck? I got you. Get your screenshots. Dude, what am I actually doing? I'm like, and you know what's crazy too is I had the thought too. I was like, I win on this turn and then I just don't put the dark energy on gear. Like, what am I doing? No, yeah, look, it's the Pikachu decks. That's what it is. That's definitely what it is. Okay, look, hey boys, let me write that down. So, and it looks like our win streak from the tie did remove our win streak. We are on a 7 win streak though, considering the tie. 7 win streak with the tie, and we are 10 wins, 1 loss today. 10 wins, 1 loss. Let's keep it moving. You need a Route 44 Cherry Coke from Sonic? Wait, JCDM knows ball. That is crazy. I didn't know we had ball knowers in chat. Where are you from? I'm from the central United States. That's probably why I understand the Sonic reference as well. Yeah, it's a little weird. No Drud. So basically, the Drudagon variant of this deck, and I'm going first against a fighting deck. This is not good. If this is Gallade, we want to see Hitmonlee here. And it's Rolts. Okay. Oh, dang it. We need to pull Drud. We need. Okay, so we need to pull Darkrai off of the Professor's Research. We have to. Darkrai, please. Okay. We're starting off bad. We're starting off bad. You don't want these Gallade decks to have energy advantage. You don't want them starting second, and you don't want them to have Rolts on turn 1. This is worst case scenario. This is worst case scenario. Let's see. What do you use to play on PC? I use an emulator. It's called Moo Player. So yeah, boys, this is worst case scenario now. Officially worst case scenario. We need Darkrai right now. Darkrai. Yes. Okay. Anything is possible. Are there any believers in chat? Are there any ball knowers in chat? Okay. Can we pull Leaf? We pull Dawn. Okay. This other Pokeball to act as... Okay, either way, Darkrai goes down here for sure. Okay, look, no more strokes. I promise the chat, no more strokes. How does old Robo throw it? How does he throw it? No, trust me. Source, trust me. Okay. We bellow for sure. Gong of Misfortune? Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. My bad. It's the strokes. That's what it is. Okay, officially worst case scenario. We are now in the danger zone. Okay? We are in the danger zone. I need Cape. So here's the thing, boys. Gallade EX does 70 damage plus 20 additional damage for every energy on your Pokemon. By the end of this next turn, Giratina is going to have... Oh, now it doesn't matter because you got the chip damage. This is so bad. I need Cape. Yes! Oh, it's absolute cinema! Get absolutely rolled, Gallade! Get absolutely rolled. 170 is too much HP for you. And then if you want to swap out Darkrai, I don't even care. I don't even care. You're cooked, Gallade. And then you know what else I'm going to do? Because I can afford to do it, let's take the chip damage here, and then we'll do Dark Energy on the next turn, and then it's winning for us. Now what we want is we want Gallade to stay in. We want him to have the Gallade evolution and attack. That's what we want. Oh my goodness, huge momentum swing in our favor. Jack Headshot O'Neil, thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube. Let's see. Zakiba, thank you for following on Twitch. Cactus, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. And Kirby, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Yes, attack me. I know you want to, Gallade. I know you want to. You smell the blood in the water. You want the Giratina KO. You're not going to have it. And you're cooked. You're so cooked. Nothing on the bench, please? Okay, with that, he probably does find something on the bench. My opponent is now down to his last 10 cards. We are now down to our last 6. Attack me. Attack me, you coward. Ah, dang it. He has the Marshadow. That sucks. That means he does have guaranteed KO with Marshadow on the next turn. The Iono does not help you. The Iono can't save you. Leafy, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Oh, dude, yes. The Iono gives us Cape for our Darkrai. I love it. I love it. You're cooked. You're so cooked. Oh my goodness, my opponent is so unbelievably cooked right now. I can't even believe it. Why didn't you just put energy on Giratina and Bello to kill? Oh, against the Kirlia? Wait, maybe that was the better play. Hold on, I need to go back and rewatch that. So that, by the way, that was our opponent's only play that they could make. So that's fine. But our play is so straightforward, man. Like, it's actually insane how straightforward our well, you know, if we Sabrina and we Bello, it removes Marshadow, but then Gallade guaranteed KOs, because then our HP drops to 150, which is what our opponent wants, and we can't allow that. Which means that literally our only play, we have one play, and it is that we have to leave. We have to leave and KO with Darkrai, and Giratina is always there for the Gallade 1v1. The moment that we pull Cyrus, we now win, by the way. So that's very important. Is there anything else I want to do on this turn? If I cape, what is the downside to caping? There's like no downside, right? Just in case? Just in cape? Yeah, okay. There's no downside there. On a scale of 1 to cooked, I fear my opponent is cooked. Jose Sanchez, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. And Cody Russell, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. What an absolute legend. Okay, give it to my opponent straight, chat. How cooked is he? Kyle, hope you're doing well today. Gangsta, hope you're doing well today. Uxie, Confused Saiyan. Joseph Gomez. Man, shout out to everyone for tuning in. By the way, we just posted a new YouTube video. If you guys are looking for some more Pokemon TCG Pocket content, we got it. Look, we got it, folks. We got it. Okay, Sabrina GG's. Shout out to our opponent. Wait, we're cooking today. We are, dude, you guys, I might need to put the, win-loss on the screen. Because we are cooking the ladder. Like, we're cooking the ladder. Avery Sargent, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Boys, that is an 8-win streak. Oh my goodness, not only is it an 8-win streak, we are 11 wins and 1 loss today. 11 wins, 1 loss. This is bananas. X0, thank you so much for following. Oh my goodness. This is insane. Hold on, I got to timestamp that. 0148. Insane win streak. Yeah, okay, perfect. Let's keep it moving. What deck? I got you on the deck. Here you go. Get your screenshots. If you would like to cook the Ultra Ball tier. Bro uses a meta deck and is excited to win. It's so funny you say that because it's actually not a meta deck. It's actually not. The meta deck variant of this is uses Drudagon. This is an off-brand flavor. Okay. By the way, we have a win streak. It only says we're on a 2 because we had a tie, but we count the ties. We count it to where the ties don't remove our win streaks. In the Ultra Ball tier, you don't get win streak points anyways. So our win streak is 8. Oh, baby. Let's see. Already hit master with this deck? That's what's up. It's a very good deck. Okay, let's keep it moving. By the way, regardless, I mean, going on a win streak, regardless of the deck, is very difficult. In Ultra Ball or Master Ball tier, win streaks are super tough, you know? Win streaks are super tough, so you gotta celebrate it when you're doing well, man. What? No bonus for win streaks? Yes, that's correct. Going first is Gong of Misfortune and Sadness. No, yeah, so no win streak bonus in Ultra Ball tier is criminal. It is criminal. Okay, we don't want to see Darkrai in our opponent's active slot. We want to see Giratina EX, because here's the thing. If this is a mirror match, we win. This, in almost every scenario in the game, you want to go second. Yes! Okay, so this is favorable for us. The only time you want to go first is in this mirror match. Why? Because regardless of if you go first or second, Giratina can't attack until the 3rd turn, which means we get attacker's advantage and we have red. Okay? So that's what we're looking for here. If we can pull Darkrai on the next turn, even better. Even better. Because that means chip damage and guaranteed KO with red. So that's fantastic. My opening turn is just very simple, though. This is one of the very rare instances where going first is favorable. Brandflakes, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. And Jandro, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Everyone's getting cooked today in the rank ladder. Everyone. Pizza has arrived. Let's go. What did you get, Tyrannical? You go stuffed crust, thin crust. You get pineapple on your pizza. We need a vibe check on the pizza here. I really need to know. Okay. We also have Sabrina. Dude, we need... Oh, this sucks. Where's our Darkrai at, man? Where's our Darkrai at? If we pull Darkrai on the next turn, we're still in pretty good shape. If our opponent pulls Darkrai, this is not good. We need to pull Darkrai on the next turn. It's very important. Or technically, we have 2 turns to pull Darkrai here and still get attacker's advantage. I get pineapple. That's what's up. I love pineapple on pizza. I think that's a bit of a hot take, but it is what it is. My opponent has the double cape tech. Very interesting. Yes! The Darkrai makes this winnable. Ladies and gentlemen, the Darkrai makes this winnable. Maybe I should have saved this, because this... you know what? This is one of those rare dang it. I shouldn't have put the Darkrai down. I shouldn't have put the Darkrai down. Because now my opponent can Sabrina. It's still winning for me, though, even if he does. I'm just going to have to burn energy, which sucks. I'm still going to have to burn energy, which is not the best. I should have waited 1 turn there. I should have waited 1 turn. The reason being is because if you wait 1 turn, he can't Sabrina, and it forces him into a false sense of confidence, whereas Giratina has 170 HP, and he can't fathom his Giratina going down. Then when it's my turn to attack, that's when Darkrai goes down. I get the chip damage, and I red, and it's a guaranteed KO. Now, my opponent can see that. My opponent's taking some time in his turn right now, like going through the possible scenarios. He can see, what if he has red? Now he may switch out. Does my opponent switch out here? Okay, Poke Center Lady is fantastic. Stay in with your Poke Center Lady, please. Stay in. Yes. Okay. Huge momentum shift in our favor. Huge momentum shift in our favor. I have to save red, though. You get 1 supporter trainer card per turn, so I can't research. Which means that Giratina EX will go down to Darkrai. And then I go into a 1v1 with Darkrai with attacker's advantage, and I should win. That's how that works. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So yeah, having attacker's advantage in this 1v1 is going to be everything. And like I said, boys, this is the difference in... a lot of people... it's a common question that I get is, would you rather go first or second? Or like, why are you always so bummed when you go first? And it's because, generally speaking, you always want to have the energy attacker's advantage. But this is one of the very rare instances where going first is better. If you're running Articuno Misty and you can get the turn 1 Misty, that's also like another example where I'm like, okay to go first and try to get the early game pressure, but it's usually just always worse to go first. Okay, Sabrina just guarantees the win, by the way. That's GG's. Jace says you're not a thinker, buddy. What's your rank, Jace? Oh, dude, I'm playing perfect Pokeball. What's your rank? Oh, GG's. My opponent is so cooked. Yeah, GG's. The win streak lives. Holy cow, boys. This has been insane. This has been so crazy, man. Jay says beginner. I love you, Jace. Can you show the deck after this? I got you. Everybody get your screenshots. Let's see. Let's see. Playing a Mr. Pibb deck, not Dr. Pepper. Let's go. Okay, let's keep it moving. Dude, I can't believe we are cooking through Ultra Ball this quickly. Ultra Ball is hell. How do you get 2 of the Giratinas? I have no luck. We just ripped a bunch of packs. That's all it is to it, man. Just good luck and ripping packs. That's all you can do. Let's see. Oh, yeah, no. We definitely... This is not a free-to-play account, boys. Had one stroke earlier when I accidentally misplaced my energy. My finger slipped. That's the worst, man. When your brain's going super quick and you're moving fast and you mess up, dude. It's crazy. Especially like in the Ultra Ball and the upper ranks, you have to play like perfect, unfortunately. Like so many of my games come down to a single turn and like a single play that you really can't afford to misplay. Do you get hourglasses from winning online? No. So you get hourglasses from doing your daily quests. You get by the way, going second is Gong of Fortune. Everybody in chat has increased pack luck on this day. Huge congrats to the chat. We have a 66% chance to pull Darkrai off this Pokeball. And it's a mirror match of sorts. Regardless though, this Giratina can't attack until the 3rd turn just like ours. But they do have attacker's advantage because they're going first, which sucks. This sucks. With the cape though, if we can pull cape, we win this matchup though. So this is actually okay. They're going to be able to attack us first. We need to pull cape. Cape. Dang it. We need to pull cape and Darkrai. Darkrai? Pull Darkrai, please. Oh, okay. Worst case scenario. We are officially in a worst case scenario situation. Which unfortunately means we have to full pivot. And our front Giratina is now fodder. This sucks. This sucks. Yeah, we have to pivot. It's unfortunate. Doesn't this game ultimately come down to luck? Yes. So how you can put the card... So I'm on a win streak right now, right? Like that's not totally luck. I'm on a win streak in Ultra Ball tier. It's very difficult to do. You have to just use meta decks and make your deck in a case where you have more favorable circumstances. An example of this is in this deck right here, Mewtwo Giratina. In this deck, you want to open with Giratina, so you only use 3 basics, and you put the odds in your favor by only having 1 Mewtwo. That's why that deck is so successful. So you can still, in some instances, put the cards in your favor, if that makes sense. This is really bad. I think we may just lose here, boys, unfortunately. Why do you have Dark Energy, LOL? This is currently the best deck in the game. Arguably, it features Giratina and Darkrai. That's why. It's there for Darkrai. What you're witnessing here is a worst case scenario for our open. I'm trying to think, though, between setting our opponent back and dealing with this later or taking the damage. We have to set our opponent back, which sucks. So now our opponent has to leave, which means they can't red. I wish I could play this differently, but I can't afford to. Getting out, saving the leaf, and having red is the play. Okay. Yikes. We're on the back foot here. Our opponent probably has like a 70% chance to win this game right now. We need to pull Darkrai bad. Can you show the deck you're using? I got you, yeah. Get your screenshots. Vlog, thank you so much for following over on TikTok. And our opponent's going to elect to just build up both Giratinas here. That's the play if you don't have Leaf. Research, please give us Darkrai. Please give us Darkrai and Red. Darkrai and Red. Red? This is so painful. Both my Darkrai are on the bottom of my deck. This is so painful. This is true pain. This is true pain. Okay, so now we can guaranteed get out on the next turn if we don't get KO'd. If our opponent has red, we're cooked, and then we must pull Darkrai. If we pull Darkrai on the next turn, see, because we have to red. This is bad. This is so bad. We've had like basically a worst case scenario, which it's been a long time since we've had luck this bad, so it was bound to happen. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. There goes the streak. It's not over till it's over, boys. It's not over till it's over. You never know. If we can pull Darkrai, this game turns around. We have wasted a lot of energy, though, waiting on Darkrai. Did our opponent just use red? Wait, I was looking at the chat. Did he just use red? Did our opponent just use red? Did he just use red here? What just happened? He just wasted red? There's no way. Wait, I'm so confused. Why is it not in his discard pile? I don't know. Okay, I missed something. It's whatever, though. It's fine. So yeah, now we are good to research. Or do we just go for the KO here? And then hope he doesn't have red. He didn't use red? Okay, gotcha. No, that's stroke number 3. Hold on. How many strokes does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? You're going to find out today. Do we go for the KO here? And then hope that we pull another red. Is that the play? Oh, it's just the cape. I'm an idiot. I mean, dude, this is like, there's a 50-50 chance. If my opponent, if he hasn't pulled red, we're in really good shape. If he hasn't pulled red. Oh, this is such a hard, and this is such a pivotal moment of the game. We're going for it, dude. We're going for it. We're going for the KO here. We're going to remove one of his threats, and we're going for it. The cape is going to force him to red. We're going for it, boys. And we're going to hope we can pull Darkrai. Oh, it's a bit of a gamble, but we're forcing him to red. We're calling his bluff and saying, you don't have red. We're hoping he only pulled one red and it's on the bottom. Oh, he's going for it. No, he's going for it, boys. No. No. He still doesn't have any points. Oh, no. Oh, I gambled wrong. Hold on. What do we do now? What do we do now? We're just cooked? Maybe. The fact that we even are making this like kind of close, I guess, if that's how you could look at this, is crazy. Because our opening, we had the worst case scenario opening. Like, Darkrai, please? Okay, wait, that's guaranteed. Guaranteed anything is possible. I was here. I was here. Red? Red off the professor's research, please? Leaf? Cape? Okay, Cape makes this interesting, actually. Wait, I was here. I was here. Hold on. Let me cook. I was here and let me cook. I have to commit to caping the Giratina. That's such an unfortunate... I have to. Because if he has red, I lose on this turn. Which his deck does use double red. I know because I use that deck, so... okay, so basically it's a generational yikes. How do I climb out of this hole? How do I climb out of this hole, folks? Shout out to everyone for liking the stream, by the way, man. Thank you guys so much for liking the stream. We've been having so much fun today. Dude, the win streak has been so bananas. It's not over till it's over. He's building up Mewtwo in the back. Does he burn red here? Can I pull Cape? No, I don't. Oh, wait, did we just lose here? We might just lose. Hold on. It's not over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. Unfortunately, I am forced. You know what I could do? Do I have double leaf? I do have double leaf. Wait. This is interesting. I do, in fact, have double leaf. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the double leaf tech. You've never seen anything quite like it in your life. Giratina EX is totally just cooked. We'd have to burn 2 turns of doing nothing to be able to attack with impact, with chaotic impact. So we get Giratina out of there. We basically have to chance that our opponent doesn't have red. And then we can, in fact, win on this next turn. So worst case scenario here is our opponent potions. Not Jover till it's Jover, says Tyrannical Jigs. You're absolutely right. W Dono. What an absolute legend. Okay. I mean, yeah, we might as well just Bella whatever. You never know. You never know. Maybe some sort of a cheeky Dom play. Probably not, though. This game's going to end in the next 1 or 2 turns. Red here and we lose. No red here and there's a chance we win. The cape. Okay, wait. Hold on. What does our opponent do here? Does he potion? Go for the attack. Go for the attack. No red. 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 Does he swap? Oh, he's got the Cyrus. Okay, our opponent played that. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we played that basically perfectly. I mean, dude, we had the worst case scenario open. There's nothing you can do about that, man. And so we're not tilted. Does the win streak die? Yes. It's totally okay, though, man. We play that as good as we possibly can. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You know, this ranked grind, especially in Ultra Ball Hell, it can be very easy to get tilted. We played that basically as good as we could, man. So I think that our open there was just far too weak. You know, we had the worst case scenario there. So let's see. Rod, hope you're doing well today. Marco, hope you're doing well today. Let's see. Period Mike, Noel, Jay, Daniel, Kian, Paco, Jay, hope you're doing well today. Kyle, Link, White Jaws, Tempo. Let's see. There was definitely potential there for him to not Cyrus, by the way. So we did have a shot, but hey, it happens. Sometimes the luck goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. Angel, hope you're doing well today. Can you show your deck? I got you guys. Everybody get your screenshots, and then we're going to keep it moving. I'll leave it on screen for 3 seconds. Look, we're cooking the Ultra Ball tier. It's a bad day to be an Ultra Ball tier, boys. It's a bad day. We are currently at, for those who are wondering, 12 wins, 2 losses on the day. 2 losses. Let's keep it moving. Who's next? Why didn't you Dawn? Because we had to leave. You get 1 supporter trainer card per turn. And then prior to that, we had Giratina in the active slot. Giratina requires not just 4 energy, but 3 psychic energy, which it didn't have. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it moving. So going first here against a dark deck could be good if it's a mirror match where they have Giratina in the active slot. So right now we want to see Giratina here. It's Darkrai, so this is now very bad. This is really bad. If we pull Darkrai off the Professor's Research or top deck, okay, no, Professor's Research, Giratina or Darkrai, please. Yikes. Okay, it's a generational yikes, boys. 2 back-to-back bad starts. We still have time, though. We still have time. If we can pull Darkrai on this next turn, this is salvageable. So with this deck, are you using Dawn to attack a turn earlier with Darkrai? Kian, you are exactly right. You are exactly right. It is for the surprise Darkrai attack, which catches everyone off guard. No one expects it. When you can get Darkrai in the active slot and you bellow turn 1, Dawn, it is nuts. It is so crazy. No Darkrai is really bad. No Darkrai is really, 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 really bad. Oh, is it almost worth like pivoting here? Let me play this out. I need 2 turns. This is so bad. And then I leave. Potion. He does guaranteed 120 to my Giratina. If I heal on this turn, he still puts me at range if I don't pull another potion. I'm just in a tough spot. This is just really bad, no matter which way you look at it. Because I didn't pull... Because I didn't pull Darkrai. And because I went first. This is really bad. And my opponent has the exact open that he wants. Yeah, it's basically like a worst case scenario for my deck and a best case scenario for his deck. Let's see. Can also act as a red if you don't have red 2. Giratina on 3 energy. Yeah, no, exactly. The Dawn Giratina play really never is needed, though, because you need... Okay, so there's the Darkrai. That at least makes this interesting. Now, here's the issue. If I Potion, that brings my Giratina up to 130. It forces him to red or Giovanni, right? Because he's doing 120. So Potion here makes this interesting. Getting Darkrai on the field puts this situation at range. And by the way, I have Dawn. But, see, gosh, this sucks. This sucks. Because to get this Giratina out, I have to Leaf. I'm just in a really tough spot. That's what it comes down to. Oh, and I didn't use my energy. Oh my goodness, I'm streamer brained out of my mind. I'm streamer brained out of my mind right now. It's okay, though. It's okay. Oh, that's actually so bad. It's actually so bad. Now, there's a chance that that doesn't matter, though. If he doesn't cape Darkrai, it doesn't make a difference. Because all I need is chip damage on Darkrai one time to be able to get the KO, and he capes it. Okay, yeah, okay, I threw, for sure. That's a generational throw out of me. My goodness. That's like our first major misplay. And he's got the red. I don't even think it matters, dude. I think our open was too bad. Because even if I had it, the Darkrai takes that KO regardless. With red, and now I require one extra turn to set up here. His Giratina is always good to come in. Let me think about this. I need one extra turn here. Okay, so basically it's still possible. It's still possible. That misplay ended up not mattering at all, because I would have had to go out to Darkrai here anyway to take a big hit, and then Darkrai's fodder regardless. It's unfortunate, though. You don't like making those misplays, but it is what it is. And then if he Sabrina's, I'm just like, this is so bad. There's still a chance. It's just my opponent has like an 80% chance to win now. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. What's up, Robo, my dude? Glad to catch the stream today. Joshua Smith, glad to see you in the chat, man. Hope you're doing well. Can't win all of them. Yeah, I think I think I would feel worse about that misplay if our open was a little stronger. We had just we just had such a bad open though, so it's okay. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Is the opponent using a mirror? No, our opponent's using a totally different deck. Let's see. R301, thank you for subscribing. R301 is a gun in Apex Legends. It's a really good gun. Let's see. Let's see. What deck do you run? I run this one. This is the deck, boys. Okay, do we see the Bellow here? We do. So that's a pretty good play out of our opponent to basic. I need cape here now. No cape is bad. We are in such a tough spot, boys. It's insane. So my play here is Dawn. That's my play. The surprise Dawn tech. We have to get Darkrai on the bench as well. I actually, dude, it's going to sound crazy. If my opponent doesn't have Cyrus, I do have a way to win this. This would be such an epic comeback. I do have a way to win. Because now I'm pressuring this Darkrai to where they have to attack me. This is bad. Okay, there's the leaf. So Giratina's going to come in. And then Darkrai lives. And then we potion. We swap. Okay, wait. We have a way to win here. Oh, never mind. No, we don't. GG's. Oh, man. Oh, no. There was... What just happened? Our opponent had the win. Did our opponent just throw? Our opponent just gave us a win con here. Where it's now possible because of this reason. Actually, no, it's still not possible. We still lose no matter what we do. The reason being is because... So... Let me think about this. I needed to pull Cape here. If I pulled Cape, it was possible. Because I have to put... So here's the thing. If I put... Chip and red, we lose. Chip and red, we lose. Staying in with Darkrai, we lose. This Darkrai, he gets chip damage, attacks with Giratina 130, we lose. If we pulled... Dude, if we pulled Cape there, this gets so interesting. Like, that was such an insane misplay out of our opponent, because if we pulled Cape, we could win. Now I don't really think it's possible. If we had Sabrina here, we could make an interesting play. If we Leaf, we go to Darkrai, we lose. If we Red, we still lose. I don't really think I have a win con. I don't think so. I don't think we have a win con here, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're just cooked. Yeah, we're just cooked either way. Our opponent just needs to end it. But let's say, dude, hey, if our opponent's going to play with us and he... okay, yeah, GG's. I was going to say, hey, I'm all for our opponent playing with our emotions here. But yeah, it looks like they're just going to win right here, so that's fine. Again, one of the worst opens we could possibly ask for, so you can't even be upset. GG's. Shout out to our opponent. Look, all you can do is play the cards you're dealt, right? Like, our opponent had a fantastic start. Like, basically a best case scenario open for their deck and like a worst case scenario open for ours. So it is what it is. It's totally fine. You need a Mars in this deck. You know, I've thought about that quite a lot. I think Mars, especially in the higher tiers, is very good. Okay. I don't know if that was BM or if our opponent just like misclicked. It's possible that they just misclicked, so... let's see. Davlama, thank you for following on TikTok. Let's keep it moving, boys. Let's keep it moving. If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, we have gone 12 wins, 3 losses today. We are playing exceptionally well. And we're just cooking through the ranked ladder right now. I agree with the Mars. We're going to have to find something to cut here. Going second is Gong of good fortune. Everybody in chat has increased pack luck on this day. Let's see. We have a Giratina open, which is not the best. What would I remove here for Mars? Maybe a Dawn? Maybe we remove Dawn. Okay, so at least we're going second. Oh, dude, this is again another worst case scenario because in a mirror match where it's Giratina on Giratina, you want to go first because this Giratina is going to get first attack on us. And this is a mirror match, so if they can get Darkrai on the bench... This is so bad. We need Darkrai off this professor's research now. Darkrai, Darkrai, Darkrai. Okay, 66% chance to pull Darkrai. 66% chance. Okay, perfect. Fantastic. That chip damage is going to be so major ahead of time, considering his cape. It's going to force him to burn heals, and he's going to have it. And then also we cape. No, we hold on to the cape. It's possible that regardless of what we do here, Giratina is forced to go down if he can pull Darkrai ahead of time. If he can pull Darkrai ahead of time, we're not even going to cape. There's no point. We don't have the heals to be able to keep up with it. Darkrai's always able to come in against the Giratina now, which is fantastic. Is there anything else that we want to do here? No, because we don't want to commit to the cape just yet. Our opponent has to burn another turn. We don't want to see Darkrai on the bench. We don't want to see Darkrai on the bench. This could be a really high-level player if he does something. I don't want to say what it is, though, in case he's watching the stream. Wow, so he doesn't have Darkrai. We probably would have seen it right there. We probably would have seen it right there, boys. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, I don't want to say. I don't want to say it. I want to stay in with Giratina. I really do. The late game Darkrai play is the way. And then just in case he Sabrina's, we have this for Leaf. Now the alternate play there was to just swap out and attack with Darkrai. I don't want to do that yet though. Does he pull Darkrai? No, wow! My opponent has had a worst case scenario draw luck. That is insane. That's about all we could ask for. The win streak is back. Holy cow, dude. I feel so bad for my opponent. That's crazy. That is crazy. I feel so bad for my opponent. White Jaw says he's on a 56 win streak at the moment. Cap. Let's keep him moving. What game is this? This is Pokemon TCG Pocket. It's free to play. It's in the App Store. If you're on a 56 win streak, dude, I need your deck. Okay. Going second is Gong of Good Fortune. And we have the Darkrai open. This is everything we could ask for and more. Fantastic. What we don't want to see here, this is probably going to be a Sprigatito and Beedrill deck. We don't want to see Sprigatito in the... Okay, never mind. Yikes. It's a generational yikes out of me. Now we need to pull Cyrus. We need Cyrus here. Cyrus or Sabrina. Because he's going to commit energy to this front line here. And we need to... Can I pull Cyrus? Cyrus. No. I do commit to Cape on Darkrai. Okay. This is a decent open. We'll have to see. Abinay says, I have a 999 win streak. Man, I beat every single Zard deck I've played since Ranked Open. Literally like 15. Oh my goodness. I think we have... Oh, whoops. Sorry. My bad. Streamer brain. I'm reading the chat. I think we have like a 50% win rate against Zard. I think Zard's really good. Okay, so he chooses to not cry for help. This tells us that he has the Meowscarada. Guaranteed. If he has red, we just lose. Oh, that's crazy. That's criminal to pull out the Rocket Grunts. Okay. Oh, dude, let's go. No Rocket Grunts for you. So he has the Meowscarada confirmed. We just lose. Yeah, we just lose. GG's. If he has red. Nothing you can do about that, boys. If he's got the red, it is what it is. You know what I mean? What can you do? He wouldn't have evolved. He wouldn't have evolved if he doesn't have the Meowscarada. Yeah, there it is. Where's the red? Show us the red. Show us the red. Yes, sir. Look, boys, we played perfect Pokemon. You can't even be mad. You can't even be mad. We played perfect Pokemon. Not a single thing we could have done different right there. We go down. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Yes, sir. We told you to use Mars. It's possible that that doesn't even change that scenario. What if I don't pull Mars right there? To adjust the deck, I need like one Mars. I am going to adjust the deck though. Let's put Mars in there right now. Here, let me see. Edit. I think I'm going to remove one Dawn for the Mars. I really wish I had the full art Mars. 2 Leafs is major. Let's see. 1 Cyrus, 1 Sabrina is major. 2 Reds is a must in this meta. I can't afford to remove anything else. It has to be the Dawn. Has to be. We have to adjust the energy now. The devs need to change this. If I'm saying it's an all darkness deck and I adjust one card, I don't want this to auto adjust for me. You know what I mean? Okay, there we go. Let's keep it moving. Okay, what does that do to our win-loss? We are now at 12 wins, 4 losses on the day. 2 Leafs is not major. Yeah, I think 2 Leafs is... Oh, wait. Maybe it's not major. The thing is you have to pull the Leaf, though, for like a worst-case scenario early game. So the 2 Leafs there is to increase the probability that you at least get it. Because on a worst case scenario, like, oh, dude, it feels so bad to not have Leaf when you need it early game. Doesn't like half the deck run off of Dawn though? No, it's just nice. Like if you can get a surprise attack with Dawn. By the way, this is the new Dragonite deck we've been seeing, and I have a 100% win rate against it. I'm not going to open up my mouth and say I have a good shot. You know, the universe has a funny way of making you pay for things like that, but I will say that we have yet to lose against this deck. Okay. You know what's interesting here? So you guys, so the thing about the Dragonite decks is they're so bad, man, because the moment that you have a dual energy deck, it's far worse. And then after you have Dragonite in the active slot, you still need luck to go your way. So once I can predict the Dragonite to come out, I'm going to fill up my whole bench and spread the damage. And so it's so luck based, man. It's like not even funny. It is so luck based. My opponent also, there's a 50% chance of if you're going to draw electric or water, my opponent could just not draw water, which is crazy. Robo, how do you feel about Wugtrio decks? I would say Wugtrio decks are like high B tier, so they're definitely fun. I enjoyed using Wugtrio in the Great Ball tier. Okay, so we do see the Dragonite. And he's also going to helmet, and he does get water on the next turn. Is my opponent just cooked? Because it kind of looks like it, huh? What if I Bellow instead? I think Bellow actually increases my chances of winning because of Cyrus. Because if he double potions, I still win if I Bellow. He goes up to 140. So actually, yeah, the play here is to Bellow, not to attack. The thing is also is that it's one of the last opportunities I have to Bellow. You have to choose between attacking or bellowing. You can't do both. Yeah, okay. So this guarantees it to where I can have Darkrai or Giratina. If I were to attack right there, now I'm locked into Darkrai attacking. Yeah, no, my opponent is so cooked. It's insane. Yeah, so I made the right play. Wait, I didn't make the right play. Red doesn't do anything. I think I still just win, though. Like, generationally. Because here's what we do. If I had Dawn, then this becomes interesting. If I had Dawn, this is interesting. This is still very much winning for me. No, we want you guys. We want the Dragonite to go down. We want Dragonite to go down. So we don't want a Sabrina. We also can't red. Dragonite is not an EX, so that's not an option. So my only play here is to not even attack. Because here's the thing. We have 400 damage coming in. If we attack, we drop to 130. This means that if all three go into Darkrai, that's not good. The play here is also to just not attack. And it's actually to do this. That's the play. It's not even to get chip damage. It's to guarantee chip damage. The play here is guaranteed chip damage on the next turn plus Giratina. That's the play. Yeah, that guaranteed that we lived. So do you guys see why I did that? Because if I attacked on a worst case scenario where 3 heads go into Darkrai here, see, now we just win. Now the win here is guaranteed, which is fantastic. And we can afford to Professor's Research as well. My opponent, like, no longer has a way to win here. Chip damage plus Giratina, Professor's Research, and then what? And then what do we want to do? Just attack. So, okay, I'm not going to lie that there are multiple ways that you could have played there, but my strat with what I did right there was for a worst case scenario. So basically, there's multiple ways to win, right? But I'm trying to factor in for a worst case scenario, and this made it guaranteed. That was the whole point of that turn. Now, if you put something on the bench that's not an EX, we Sabrina and we win. So I know it's a little bit funky, and I wasted like, well, I wouldn't say wasted, but I took a long time on that turn, but it was a really important turn. It didn't have the energy to attack. So basically, if I retreated to Giratina on that turn and I attacked, I again fall myself into range where if Dragonite goes three slots into Giratina, then I go down. So yeah, you guys just got to trust me. That was the right play. I promise it was the right play. Yep. Okay, now we guaranteed one with Darkrai. GG's. We're cooking this rank ladder, boys. If you're just now tuning in, we are going to be 13 wins and 3 losses. And we just came off of a hot 10-win streak. Yeah, this is GG's. My opponent can't do anything now. Could have won there? Oh yeah, I guess I could have just won with a Darkrai, chip damage, and then Giratina, or just like red. That's actually so funny. Dude, I'm reading 3 chats. It's so funny. You'd be surprised whenever you stream, like, the stupidest plays that you miss. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, it's so funny. That was such an obvious way to win right there, and I just, like, shout out to our opponent. Oh my goodness, the win streak is back, dude. I'm like reading 3 chats. I'm sorry, guys. I know that was probably so weird. Yeah, that was really funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's update it. So that's, let's see. What is that? 13 wins, 3 losses, I think. I was going to say you could have won that turn. Yeah, dude. Hey, it's just streamer brain. You know, they call it streamer brain for a reason. No, yeah, boys, we're cooking this rank ladder. We're playing really good Pokemon. We've had some really weird plays like that, but otherwise I would say we're doing really well. 1 tie. Oh yeah, that's right, Marco. I forgot we had a tie as well. So it's like 13 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie for today. How to get the shiny Charizard avatar. You got to complete the Pokedex for Shining Revelry. Going second is Gong of Fortune. Everybody in chat has increased pack luck on this day. Huge congrats to the chat. You can also gain increased pack luck by liking the stream. Okay, we're going up against a mirror matchup. Having the energy advantage here is going to be everything. We don't want to see a Giratina go down on this turn. Pokeball, so he has a 66% chance to pull Giratina off the Pokeball. We want to see a Darkrai go down. Wow, that's a worst case scenario for my opponent. That is a worst case scenario. Now he gets flexed on. Oh my goodness. Pain and sadness for my opponent followed by an immediate flex. That is fantastic. Rank, we're an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball 2. Yeah, I mean, now I get the Giratina. This is fantastic. Look, this is what dreams are made of, I fear. How do you get the Charizard PFP? By completing the Pokedex for Shining Revelry. You just get all the cards. You don't have to get all the full arts, though. Curbside, thank you for following over on TikTok. Man, shout out to everyone for liking the stream over on YouTube. We almost have the stream to 200 likes. You guys are absolute legends. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Mr. LRG for subscribing on YouTube and Jason Lemoy for subscribing on YouTube. Okay, so this is one of those versions of the meta deck. I have Leaf, which is great. Guaranteed KO on the next turn, and then I go into a 1v1 with Darkrai EX. What we'd like to pull here on this turn is a potion. That's what we need. Cyrus is so important. Cyrus is so important right now. Because it's going to guarantee if I can pull Sabrina later. Yeah, okay, so there's a play that I really don't want my opponent to make here, but I don't want to say it in case he's watching the stream. Let's see. Bobna, have you tried to use the new Tinkaton Goldango deck? Not that combo. I've seen a really good Tinkaton deck, and I've seen a really good Goldango deck featuring Dialga, but not the combination. Okay, perfect. Hold on, wait. It's not over till it's over. Wait a second, boys. Wait. Hold. Everybody hold. 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 Oh my goodness. Oh yes. Hold on. I don't want to say in case he's watching the stream. I don't want to say it. Yes. Okay, fantastic. This is what dreams are made of. Now I need Sabrina here. I really desperately need Sabrina. Okay, we go up 2 points. We can easily take care of the Druddigon late game with Sabrina. Now we have to cape. Okay, this is what dreams are made of. I need everybody in chat to lock in right now. We also have to put the other Darkrai down now for fodder. So the Leaf Darkrai play is coming soon to theaters near you. For now, though, we go up 2 points. We need Sabrina. We are very much in the driver's seat now, boys. Huge momentum shift in our favor. Let's see. Adrian, hope you're doing well today. Mogambo, Miles, PB, Yum, Striker, Fernando, a little... Where can I get the cape? You guys, wasn't cape in a Space-Time Smackdown? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was. What do you post on YouTube? Says Pennywise. So I post a bunch of different things on YouTube, man. There's a lot of extra content over there. I post challenge videos, tier lists, pack openings. So yeah, man, like there's... Most of the content's on YouTube. You just search Robo Pokemon, or you can search at LevelUpRobo, and that's how you can find me on YouTube. Okay, so do I commit to Giratina right now? Take chip and then red on the next turn. Yes, that's what it is. That's how we do this. Giratina, chip, red on the next turn. Yes, sir. That is exactly what we do here. The chip damage is massive. There's high probability that my opponent can do something that I really don't want him to do. I'm debating Marsing here for that reason. But it's possible that he just... I gotta chance it. I gotta chance it. That play's gonna come down to luck. I don't want to say it in case he's watching the stream. Cape is in Dialga pack? That's what I thought. Okay, I could have swore it was in Space-Time Smackdown. Like one of those. Yeah. But yeah, we did, Pennywise, we did just post a YouTube video. One of the pieces of content that we do on YouTube that no other Pokemon Pocket creator does is challenge videos. So we give ourselves just impossible challenges with a really strict criteria. And wait, this gets interesting now. Hold on, I need to lock in here. Because I'm forced to leaf. You get one supporter trainer card per turn. I can't leaf and Dawn. Do we just hope that he doesn't have Cyrus or another Sabrina? Is that what we're forced into doing here? Because my opponent on the next turn, I have weakness on Giratina. He can do 100 damage, which is actually 120. I drop myself to 130. If he has red, I lose. I don't pick up the KO anyway. I think what happens here is I'm actually forced to take the chip damage in case he pulls... So this sucks. This is actually really bad. I can't pick up a KO here. I can't. There's no way for me to pick up a... There's no way. Oh, I could Mars. But the thing is he's not bottom half of his deck and he hasn't revealed that he has a card that I'm... No, I leaf. That's always the play. There's a card that I really... Oh, gosh, dude. This is so bad. This is so bad. I don't have any... I didn't pull any other Pokemon either. So if he's Sabrina's or Cyrus's, we are just cooked. We are so cooked, boys. This is why I like one Dawn in this deck. So I am running one Dawn, yeah. I just haven't pulled it. We've had some bad draw luck here. If our opponent has the Cyrus, we've done everything we can, and it is what it is. There's also one other card that our opponent could pull. Let's see if the chat can find it. Yeah, he has it. Shout out to our opponent, man. Yeah, there's nothing we could have done there different. Not at all. Our opponent, Sabrina, you know, they saved the trainer cards for the most impactful moments as well. Well, we'll let him get the points here. We'll go down with honor. But yeah, man, shout out to our opponent. They played that great. In hindsight, I wouldn't have done anything different. What I was afraid of there was Potion, which our opponent didn't pull. That's what I was debating Marsing for a couple turns earlier. If I Mars, it doesn't change anything though. Like if I Mars, maybe Mars there actually is the play to decrease the chances of him getting the Cyrus. What are the chances? That was the play in hindsight. Okay, that was the play. That's what we can take away from that match. So like discard and then Sire. Yeah, that was the play. Okay. We're going to start using Mars a little bit more for those niche scenarios at the very end of the game. It's just that it comes down to luck anyways, right? But I do still think that was the better play. Okay, so what does that do for our win-loss today, boys? That puts us at 13 wins, 4 losses. Yeah, we're still cooking the rank ladder today, boys. We're doing really well. Going second is Gong of Good Fortune. We have a Giratina open against what? A dark deck? So what we want to see here is not Giratina in the active slot. We don't want to see Giratina in the active slot. Perfect. Issue with Giratina in the active slot is that Giratina gets to attack before me, and with Darkrai Chip, they guaranteed KO my Giratina in the active slot. With Darkrai in the active slot, it's at least interesting. Maybe I can pull Potions and Cape and make it somewhat interesting, but in this matchup, you actually do want to go first, as weird as that sounds. It's one of the niche scenarios where you don't want to go second. How many shinies did you pull? I have so many, man. I've got, I think I have like 12, 13 shinies. Most of the shiny pulls are on the channel on YouTube. We did a pack opening, over 100 packs of Shining Revelry, and that's on the YouTube channel right now. So, okay, so 66% chance to pull Darkrai off of Pokeball. Worst case scenario open for us. This is not good at all. Okay, it's a yikes. We still have time though. Darkrai on this turn would have been fantastic. Having energy advantage against our opponent, if we can pull like a double Potion Cape, is like our only chance. It's not looking good though, boys. I'm not going to lie to you. As long as you take knowledge from every game. Yeah, I know exactly, for sure. Okay, there's the Darkrai. It's fantastic. Better late than never. There's nothing else I need to do here. We need to pull heals or leaf. We're gonna take some big damage here. Giratina has a dark weakness. That's 100 damage guaranteed. Plus Nightmare is 120. So I have to pull heals. I have to. And force him to red if he wants to pick up a KO. His Giratina in the back is a problem. I do have another play that's very interesting here. But I can only use one supported trainer card per turn. The play here is a surprise attack with Darkrai using Dawn. Which is very interesting. I swap. I burn my energy though. See, the thing is that you can't afford to burn energy. The Broken Space Bellow is far too valuable early game, so I can't do the surprise attack with Darkrai. It makes no sense. So instead, what I have to do is I basically have to hope that he doesn't have red. This is when we put the other Giratina up. yikes, man. Yikes, 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 yikes. That's all we can do. Nothing else we can do here. Our opponent gets attacker's advantage with Giratina set up in the back, which is really bad. If Giratina goes down here, see, we have Dawn. So maybe a play for Dawn? No, however, because red was far more valuable. So, yeah, so dang it. I was thinking, if we're saying Giratina goes down here, maybe bellowing the back Giratina is better. However, if we play for a worst case scenario, that's our win condition here, which is him not having red. Does he want to bring the Giratina out? Because I'm okay with that. No, he's got the red. Okay, so then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, man. We are in such a tough spot here. Huge momentum shift in our opponent's favor. I need to pull Cape now. Can we pull Cape? No, we can't. That's GG's. That is GG's. If I had Sabrina, if I had... What were my other options here? Because I'm going to drop myself to 120 HP. Hold on. What are my other options here? Maybe I can cook something. Maybe I can cook something. If I... What are my options if I stall? I stall a turn. I eat with Giratina. He doesn't have Cyrus. I pull Sabrina, and then what? And then I get an attack off into Giratina. Yeah, so if I stall here, there is a chance for my opponent to misplay, and I can win. My opponent has like an 80% chance to win this game, though. They're like a 90% chance. This is really bad. This is really bad. It's not over till it's over, though. Definitely not over till it's over. We have a very niche alternate universe where we win this game. If my opponent bottom decks Cyrus... I need Darkrai also. I need another Pokemon here. I need a Professor's Research here to provide me with a few cards. Okay, so he reveals the Giratina. And he's gonna... He did it that way to be able to use red if he needed to, but it doesn't matter. He's got the Dawn. He's got everything he needs. GG's, man. Shout out to our opponent. We had a really rough open there, boys. There's no point in being tilted or, you know... Like, we played that as good as we possibly could. It was a really bad open, so... Shout out to our opponent, man. Okay, I think that brings us up to 13 wins and 5 losses. So, the win rate today is still really good. GG's, man. What can you do? Doesn't, thank you for following. On TikTok, Castan, thank you for following. Eric, thank you for following. Not Jover till it's Jover. You're exactly right. Okay, we're going up against level 49 Clock using this deck. This is the deck, boys. Okay. Going first is Gong of Misfortune. Against a metal deck is very bad too. What we don't want to see here is... We don't want to see Dialga in the active slot. We have to lead Darkrai because they're going to have energy advantage. No Dialga in the active slot, please. Okay, perfect. Bro's got a Magnemite. Okay, so this is that weird Magnezone deck. All of our Pokemon are here. This is fantastic. Okay, so we broke in space Bellow. So the good news is that we're going first. However, we managed to get Giratina, so we are able to generate some energy on turn 1. That's what I really like about playing with Giratina. Let's see. Period, thank you for following. Solnoid, thank you for following. Mr. Good Timer, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. And Green Dude, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. We also have some followers on Twitch. We have Zinsnow, Cassili, Ineroy, and Marnie. Thank you for following on Twitch. Okay, he's probably got the item here. That's probably why he swapped. Yeah, he does have the item. That's 50 damage coming into Darkrai EX to... So that's a bit of a problem. Did our opponent not... Oh, he used his energy to swap. Okay, fantastic. That's amazing. I kind of feel like it's like... I don't know. I don't know if I would have made that same play. He really needs Magnezone late game though, and he doesn't want that Cyrus potential to be there though. So I guess that's his train of thought. But we'll take it, man. We will absolutely take it. We're gonna save Mars, by the way. We're gonna save Mars for whenever he evolves his Magneton. Let's hope that he can. Let's hope that he like uses a professor's research to get the Magneton Evo, and then we'll Mars. James says, I just got to Ultra Ball. Congrats. Huge congrats and welcome to Ultra Ball Hell. No win streak points in Ultra Ball is criminal. So it's gonna be a grind, but congrats, man. I think getting to Ultra Ball tier is very difficult. Getting to Master Ball tier is very difficult as well. Now, my opponent only has 4 cards. It's actually not worth the Mars. It's better to save Mars for a late gameplay. Daniel, thank you for subscribing on YouTube, and Solnoid Gaming, thank you for following on Twitch. Yeah, okay. So we're going to save Mars for a very niche win condition when our opponent goes up like 2 points and they need a specific trainer card. Then we Mars, we drop them to 1 card, and then we party. That's how that works. Unfortunately, if my opponent has Magnezone, he can attack me on the next turn, which is like extremely bad. If my opponent has Magnezone, this is gonna hurt. I'm not even gonna lie. We don't Sabrina, just in case. We don't want to help him. I do have to put another Darkrai down, though. For a worst case scenario. And on a best case scenario, now... It's a bit of a yikes. This is a bit of a yikes. It's okay, though. Now, even if he potions, we pick up the KO. So we don't want him to have Magnezone here. If he has Magnezone here, this is going to suck. However, it does release Giratina EX into the wild, which is like, it's okay. We have Darkrai on the bench as well to ensure we get that chip damage on the following turn. Does he have it, folks? Does he have it? PRZ says hello from Poland. W Poland. Shout out Poland. Let's see. Adam says, Robo will DM you the secret handshake. Oh, wait a second. We've got secrets in here, folks. Does he have the Magnezone? No Magnezone, please and thank you. He would have popped it by now, right? I think he would have popped it by now. What is my opponent cooking up here? Oh my goodness, boys. Do you guys see our next turn? If our opponent ends our turn right here, do you see the beauty of what we can do next turn? Oh my goodness. Our opponent is so cooked. If he doesn't find the evolution, my guy is cooked. Greetings from Germany. Just made it to Master Ball with my Bidoof deck. Oh my goodness. You are a legend. Okay. Oh, dude. Why did our opponent, like, what? Dude, why did our opponent take so long to do that? That was ridiculous. I thought for sure we were about to just dumpster him, and he just comes in here with the fire. Our opponent can do 130 with... God. This is so bad. This is officially so bad. We need Cape. We have to pull Cape. No Cape is really bad. Both of our Cape are on the bottom of our deck. We could lose here. Yes, sir. We could lose right here, right now. This is really bad. The play here is actually not to attack. The play here is not to attack. If he has red, we lose. If we attack. If we attack, we lose. If we don't attack, we actually have a decent shot to win, because this Magnezone only has one more hit left. So here's the thing. Magnezone discards an electric energy. Yeah, this is for sure the play. Another Giratina for safety measures. You get one supporter trainer card per turn. Our opponent cannot Sabrina. Our opponent can't Sabrina, and... Oh, this is so bad. We have to plan for the worst case scenario though, because our opponent has made it all the way to the bottom half of his deck. He probably has the red. His deck does run red. Yeah, yikes, man, yikes. We have to plan for that worst case scenario. Now the Magnezone can no longer attack. Because the Magnezone is totally useless, now our play looks like this, okay? We don't even care about Magnezone at all. The Magnezone deck is not running electric energy. It can't do anything. So now we cripple our opponent's ability to... If I drop to 20 damage, what? Does that do anything? He can swap and then attack with something on the next turn and then we lose? Oh, we're not out of the woods yet because he can put another Skarmory down on the next turn. We are not out of the woods yet. This is horrible. This is so bad. I have to do it like this. I can't even take chip damage on this turn. Has to be done like this. Goodness gracious, boys. Okay, and it looks like some of you in the chat found the game-winning play as well. So good job to you guys in the chat. Good job, man. This is the play. Yeah, this is the optimal way to play this scenario. Because your opponent is always going to have the red. If I could, yeah, he's always going to have the red. If he Cyrus says there's nothing we can do about that, and he's got the Cyrus. GG. Shout out to our opponent. Yeah, shout out to our opponent. In hindsight, the alternate route that we could have gone for there was to Skarmory. However, if we pick up the KO, Magnezone comes in, he puts something on the bench, he has a free swap, 1 damage, and we lose no matter what. So we were just in a tough spot right there. You know, it's like, which scenario do you go for? Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, Mars was the play, I think. That actually was the play. So you stay in, you Mars, you pick up a KO, and then that reduces his chances of having the Pokemon to put on the bench. That was the play. Yeah, okay. Shout out to our opponent. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, boys. Change your deck? No, the win streak, the win-loss today is insane with this deck. So we are currently at 13 wins, 6 losses. We are cooking Ultra Ball tier with this deck. Level 41 Neon. I would have then gambled not having the leaf in hindsight. Yeah, you know, hindsight's 2020. That probably was the play. Just go for it and use Mars. You know, that's one of my weaknesses as a battler. Going second is Gong a good fortune. It's one of my weaknesses as a battler is not playing off of the Mars late game. I need to find that. I need to find that play more. I've never played with Mars. It's been really new for me, so... Going second is really important against a Darkrai Weavile deck, which is what we're going up against here. Steal his deck? Do you mean the Magnezone deck? I kind of, dude, I feel like my win rate against that deck is really good. I kind of got put into, you know, I didn't have the best luck. Okay, so yeah, this is just hard Darkrai Weavile, which I will say has a pretty good win-loss against our deck here. What we need is our opponent to not have the Weavile. If our opponent has Weavile, Evolution, plus Dawn, that's best case scenario for my opponent's position on this, on the board, but... What cards are in your deck? I got you. Everybody get your screenshots. That energy went on Darkrai, by the way. Does he have the Dawn? Oh, dude, this is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you can't even, like... You can't even be mad, right? It's best case scenario for my opponent. Wow! That turn almost can't get better. You can't even get tilted, boys. You can't get upset when games go like this. My opponent had, like, holy... Wow. It doesn't get better for my opponent right there. That's bananas. Alves, thank you for subscribing. And Jonas Vols, thank you for subscribing. Dear Lord. If you're my opponent, it doesn't get better. If he has Weavile, he just KOs me. He could add Weavile? Yeah, I imagine. I guess it could be worse, right? Well, we have to do this to play off of him not having Weavile. If he has Weavile, this Giratina is so cooked. Oh my god, dude. This is nuts. Lucky guy? I know, right? Like, what can you do? We also haven't pulled Darkrai yet, which is so bad. Yikes. So here's what we have to do now. Because we already have the Bellow on this top Giratina, we're locked into it, right? We're locked into it. You have to choose between attacking or bellowing. So having the Bellow on your Giratina is so valuable. I'm locked in on it. I'm locked in on it. Now what we need here is him not to have Weavile EX and to him to have bad coin flips on Sneasel, and then I'll be able to get back out into this Giratina to be able to actually start firing off some damage. Because he had Professor Research, it's now more likely for him to have Weavile EX though. This is very bad. Let's see. Daniel, thank you for subscribing, and Caden, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Yeah, we're cooked, boys. We're so cooked. Still using Giratina, I see. Yes, the win-loss is exceptional today. So we are absolutely going to continue using it. Fish Eyes, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. And Adrian, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Yeah, the Weavile's cooked me before. Yeah, you know, our opponent had a best case scenario for his open. That's really what it comes down to. We can still beat this Weavile deck. It does have a favorable matchup against us. However, like, it can't be understated, like, the luck that my opponent had at the start of it. So we finally pulled Darkrai. This is guaranteed. And we are forced to let Weavile, or we're forced to let Giratina go down. We have no way around that. Chip plus Dawn, and then a 1v1 with Darkrai EX, and then we just lose, I think, is how this works. There's like, our opponent has like an 80% chance to win this game right now. If he Sabrina's, we can, or if he, let me think. Okay, whatever. Yeah, we just bellow. If he Cyrus's, he's in a really good spot. Now, the thing here is that if he Cyrus's, we have Dawn for the following turn. So our game plan will adjust. Right now, we're not going to use Dawn. You get one supporter trainer card per turn also, so we can't Dawn and Red. There's the, yeah, so I think Darkrai always wins the 1v1. I think it always does. I think Darkrai will always win that 1v1. So what he's doing here with that cape is he's forcing the Giratina to come out. And that will secure his win. So we're not going to do that. If we got to Giratina, we just lose. So we are forced into Darkrai here. This is our only play. We have one play here. And even then, it's not a good play. Like, we're still just so cooked. What do I have down here? So I still have another Darkrai. So technically, I do still have like a way to try and make something happen here. That cape is so huge, actually. This cape is like game winning. Because if he doesn't have heals, then I KO Weavile on the next turn, which means it forces him into a different play. Like, it forces him into Darkrai early, in which case I Cyrus, KO Weavile. Then I still need Darkrai. Yeah, this is just really bad. My opponent's early game here was just way too powerful. He had a best case scenario on turn 1, and there's not much you can do against that. Jose, hope you're doing well today. Bhavna, hope you're doing well today. Disrupt, Jose, Daniel, EVN, the legendary mod, Adam, Alves. Let's see. Max time. What rank are you? We are in Ultra Ball 2. Let's see. My big weakness is that I just don't have tools. Yeah, man, you're going to have to rip some of those Space-Time Smackdown packs and get some tools. Rocket Grunt there is really interesting. I'm not going to lie. It actually is pretty interesting. We need Darkrai right now. Absolute cinema. Has our opponent already used Cyrus? No, he hasn't. Okay. He's like basically guaranteed to have Cyrus before we're able to make a meaningful play. Well, we're basically hoping for a worst case scenario here for our opponent. It's still possible. I know it sounds crazy. It's still possible for us to somehow do something. I think our opponent has like a 90% chance to win this game, but they could throw it. You know, our opponent could misclick. You never know. Something, you know, you just never know. It's not over till it's over. And he's got the Cyrus. GG's. Let's move on to the next one, boys. Shout out to our opponent. I think they played great. I think that the big thing to take away from that game was just they had the perfect open. So, you know, when those things happen, you can't even be mad, right? You're going to have bad luck. You know, the only thing you can do is just play your best and, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, let's keep it moving. That makes our win rate today. Let's see, 13 wins, 6 losses, I think. So we're still doing very well. What a hard match. Yeah, it was just a bad matchup, and he had really good luck. By the way, we have played so much Dark today. This deck is just plaguing Ultra Ball tier right now. If this is a direct mirror match, us going first is better. It means that we're going to get attacker's advantage. Pokeball Professor's Research every day of the week. Unfortunate with the losing streak. Yeah, we have not... with our losses, I don't really think there's anything we could have done differently, so it's okay. Okay, we bellow turn 1. Our opponent's going to get chip damage. Yikes. This is bad. In the context of him leading with Darkrai, he actually has attacker's advantage. What we wanted for this mirror match, because that's what it is, it's a mirror match. We're expecting to see Giratina get put on the bench here. Then it's better to go first. If it's Giratina v Giratina. Okay, another Darkrai. That's crazy. If it's a mirror match and he's using my deck, there was a 66% chance for him to pull Giratina. So him pulling Darkrai there is pretty bananas. We're going to keep an eye on our opponent's hand there for like a Mars play. Okay, we need one more turn here. We're going to take a big hit from Giratina, but then we go into a 1v1 with a Darkrai that has no energy on it. Oh no, he's going for it right now. We need a Sabrina. We need Sabrina right now. Shout out to our opponent for finding that. Sabrina? No, we don't pull the Sabrina. It's okay, though. We're going to hold on to that potion. What is the downside here to me? No, we're going to do it like this. We're just going to really pressure our opponent here. Okay, so Darkrai chip damage is going to come through. That's going to drop us to 130. We potion. We go up to 150. We attack. We go down to 130. And then he can do 120. So the win con for us right now is for him to not have red. However, he's already made it down to like the... He's already halfway through his deck, basically. I need Darkrai here. We need Darkrai. Oh, no. Okay, that guarantees it. Yeah. Fuck, dude. Oh, dude, our luck has been so bad these last few games. Okay, we pulled Darkrai, though, which is fantastic. So it's salvageable. Now, if we attack this Darkrai, we always lose the game. Every day of the week, we always lose. Yeah, we're forced to get out of here. We have to make a decision into who, though. That's the issue here. And it has to be into Darkrai, and we make a play for Dawn. Yeah, okay. I see the vision. I see the vision. And then it's going to be a late game Giratina sweep with... late game Giratina sweep with red on a worst case scenario. So that's how we deal with that. Okay. Why not Nightmare Aura and then attack? So we die to Giratina. We die to the Darkrai in the back if we do that. And then we don't have enough energy to win against it in the 1v1. So yeah, this is the best way to play this. Yep, I promise you guys, that was the play. Does he have Dawn? And can we pull Dawn? Why not Potion? Wow, the whole chat is saying Potion and attack with Giratina. Boys, we just lose the game if we do that. That's a game-losing play. Because what happens is we go up 2 points, but then the Giratina in the back guarantees the KO. And at that point, we have no energy on anything on our bench, basically. And it has full energy. 100 damage guaranteed per turn. No, boys. Yeah, you guaranteed lose if you do that play. That's not the play. Let's see. Can't you sacrifice the other Giratina for Mars? Oh, he's got the Cyrus. Interesting. Well, you get 1 supporter trainer card per turn. That was really weird. I mean, I have a Leaf, so I can just totally negate his Cyrus, which is really funny. And I have Potion, which would force him to... I Potion my Darkrai. It forces him to have to... Okay, this is actually pretty messy. I'm not even gonna lie. Do I just win if I get attacker's advantage into this Giratina? I think, or into this Darkrai in the back? Hold on, I think maybe now we take the KO. Chip damage plus KO. We let Giratina go down. I get attacker's advantage into Darkrai with red, and then I just win. Have I used Cyrus yet? No, so I still have Cyrus in the deck. I also still have Sabrina in the deck. We have a 2 in 6 chance, almost a 50% chance of pulling what we need there to make that work. Which means I would want to go into the 1v1 instead. Yeah, I actually do want to go into the 1v1 here. So yeah, that's very interesting. Potioning here makes no difference. I'm going to take chip damage from the helmet. However, potioning this Darkrai does make sense. Yeah, that's the play, boys. We win that 1v1. So yeah, with our weakness, with the -20 we're going to take from our attack, and with the -20 that we're going to take with his helmet, the potion on that Giratina makes no sense. There's no point. We go down either way to this Darkrai. But I do win this 1v1 because I'm going to come into this with attacker's advantage and red, and he doesn't have helmet on this Darkrai. I need to pull Sabrina or Cyrus, though, for whenever he adds something to his bench. If he chooses to Sabrina, we have we have a Giratina that we can swap into. So I think I just guaranteed... I mean, this is a huge moment. And there's the Sabrina. So on a worst case scenario, we're chilling. Yeah, we are super chilling. I think that the play here that I would rather make is actually to Mars. And then have red for the next turn. So this is going to cripple our opponent. Yeah, he gets 1 card. And then now it should be guaranteed. That's the best way to play Mars, by the way. Whatever win con he had is now gone. Yeah. We should just win. He's gonna have 2 cards. If he puts something on the bench, we have Sabrina. He needs to put 2 things on the bench. Okay, there's the Sabrina. That's fine, though. We already have 2 energy on this Giratina. We can swap out without anything if he wants to, like... I don't think there's anything our opponent can do now. You can't red. You can't Sabrina and red in the same turn. This should be GG's. Yeah, GG's. And then win with Darkrai's Aura? No, there was no way. Yeah, DMT. There was no way to win last turn because Giratina requires 3 Psychic Energy, which Giratina doesn't have. Shout out to our opponent. The win streak is back just like that. That was basically perfect Pokemon. Let's go. Yeah, DMT. There was no way for us to win on that last turn. Yeah, I think that was the winning play. Let's go, boys. Okay, so what does that do for our dailies? That means we are at 14 wins and like 6 losses. Finally played Mars right. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the best way to play Mars. Show deck, I got you guys. Everybody get your screenshots. We'll leave it on screen for a few seconds. Straight Rip It, thank you so much for following, or for subscribing on YouTube. And Ellie's Mel's, thank you for following on Twitch. Okay, let's keep it moving. We're cooking through Ultra Ball tier. We're doing really well today, boys. Playing really good Pokemon. Shout out to everyone for liking the stream, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. I wish you guys luck in your pack pulls. I wish you guys luck in your battles. If you're grinding ranked, man, good luck in Great Ball tier. Good luck in Ultra Ball tier. Hope you guys are able to get to Master Ball if that's what you're going for. Okay, going second is Gong of Good Fortune, especially considering we're going up against a Leaf deck. This is almost certainly going to be Meowscarada. Okay, weird. Magnezone. What is this deck, boys? Is this Magnezone Meowscarada? How interesting. Or is this Magnezone Executor EX? Or maybe this is like some sort of an Arceus deck I could see. That might be what it is, actually. We played against Arceus earlier, which was really weird, but that might be what it is. I just hit Ultra Ball 1. Now the grind really starts. Yeah, Justin, you're exactly right. I think if you hit Ultra Ball tier, it's still just like, wow, he got the Magneton evolution as early as possible. That is best case scenario for my opponent. Oh my goodness. Red is basically going to be useless in our deck. We need to pull Darkrai on this next turn. We need Darkrai. We need Darkrai so bad. No, we don't want Giratina. This is not good. Everybody panic. I need everybody in chat to panic right now. This is not good. We are guaranteed to take an attack on the next turn. And then we cape and then we potion and then... Okay, there's something that I really don't want my opponent to do, and I'm not going to say it just in case he's watching the stream. This gets to be really bad if my opponent does something very specific on the next turn. My opponent evolves for sure. The research makes it much more likely that he's got the card he needs to evolve as well. What does he put on the bench? What is this deck? Is this Arceus? Is this Meowscarada? Is this Beedrill? What is going on here? Everybody panic! Everybody panic! Okay, so yeah, 110 damage to the dome. That's not the best. We guaranteed get KO'd the turn after that. This is so bad, dude. And he's got cave, dude. That is like, this guy's throwing salt in the wounds. We did have a win con here, although this looks bleak. It was to pull Darkrai, which we never did. If we pull Darkrai, we just pick up the KO right here. Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, dude. Wow. Darkrai is on the bottom of our deck. Yikes. It's a generational yikes. It is generational. What in the world do we do, boys? No point. No, there's no point caping or potioning. We're so cooked. No matter what we do, Giratina is going down. So we have to do this. We have to take the damage here. Oh, wait. Dude, I'm just so cooked. It's insane. It's unprecedented levels of cooked. Yeah, that's the play. Okay. We force him. Okay, so we force him to have to Cyrus. If he doesn't have Cyrus, Magnezone uses its last attack into this Giratina, which is best case scenario. We have Leaf for next turn to be able to attack. And then it's a momentum swing back in our favor. Yeah, okay. Oh my goodness. Wait, everybody's saying I'm cooked. Remember this moment. Because it's never chalked. If there's one thing I could tell the chat, it's that it's never chalked. If he doesn't have the Magneton evolution here, and if he doesn't have the Cyrus or the Sabrina, yes! Okay. Boys, it is never chalked. Are there any believers in chat? Are there any believers in chat right now? I need... Okay, so on the next turn... Are there any believers in chat? Here's what we do. He didn't pull the Magnezone, so I'm not going to Mars and give him a Magneton. I'm not going to do that. I can't Leaf and Dawn in the same turn. I need to get Giratina out whenever I can make a meaningful attack. We don't have, like, weakness or anything on this. There's no way to improve our damage. If we had Giovanni, this gets interesting. But we don't. So basically, what we have to do is this. Okay. A slight momentum shift in our favor. If you said chalk to the chat, I want you to remember this moment. Wait a second, he has another Magneton. It might be chalked. Wait, no, it's never chalked. I promise you. It's never chalked. I assure you. Okay, now we Mars. Because he almost assuredly has his other Magnezone, right? It's like very likely. This is a momentum swing back in our favor, boys. You still Ultra Ball 1? No, we are Ultra Ball 2. We're about halfway to Ultra Ball 3. Just concede already? Oh my goodness. Wait, dude, I can't wait to show... Dude. Oh my goodness. Imagine we win this game. Imagine. Yeah, so we do have to leave here. We still haven't given up a single point to this man's. No points allowed to this man's. There's the leaf, and we take the lead here, boys. If our opponent doesn't get anything on the bench, he picks up 2 points, and then Darkrai can KO if he doesn't get the evolution. It's a shame that red is totally, like, useless here. If I had Sabrina, I would have Sabrina there instead, because the Magnezone is, like, totally useless. He has no way to gain electric energy at that point. Okay, so I have to leave, so I can't Mars, which means he does guaranteed have the Magnezone. This guy's definitely got Magnezone. I mean, I'm doing everything I can here, though. I had to get the Giratina out. That's 110. Now we go out to Darkrai, and we 1v1 the Magnezone. This is where you Mars. Right here, boys. And this is where we turn the whole game around. Yes, sir. My opponent gets 1 card. This means that he now is going to have to work very hard to get this Sprigatito to evolve. Do you see the vision? Here we go. We're going to eat 1 hit from Magnezone, and then the play here is that Mars wins us the game through Sprigatito not having the evolution. That's the play. Sprigatito has got... Magnezone has 1 shot. He needs Cyrus. He needs Cyrus here. Is Mars going to be the game-winning play? Is Mars the game-winning play here, boys? Oh my goodness, our opponent's cooked. Wait a second. He's taking every possible moment to think about this. He's thinking about crying for help to try and thin out his deck a little bit here to give him a better shot. No, and he goes for it. Do I get heals? Pokeball is not what we need. Oh, wait, never mind. I already have double potion, and I already have cape. Okay. This is gonna look really weird, but trust. Boys, this is gonna look really weird. I know, this is gonna look really weird. Oh, wait, no, because I do need the KO on this turn. And then he likely doesn't have red. Because here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you swap, you build this Darkrai, and then you Dawn. That's what I'm thinking, right? And then, but then that would mean I KO the Magnezone on the next turn. I need the KO on this turn. It has to happen on this turn. If he has the evolution and he has red, it is what it is. GG's. If he has Sabrina, we have Darkrai in the back plus Dawn. It comes down to this. It comes down to my opponent's draw luck. What he pulls right here will determine the whole game. If he can pull the evolution and he has red, fair play. If he has Cyrus and the evolution, fair play. Do you know what I mean? I did the best I could. So if we lose here, like, there's nothing to feel sad about. Let's go! Who in chat? Who in chat? Keep that same energy. Who in chat said chalked? I was watching all three chats. All three chats chalked. GG's. And we brought it back, ladies and gentlemen. The win streak lives. The win streak lives. Oh, yes. That's what it's all about, boys. That's what it's all about. Mars for the dub. It was the Mars play. Yeah, it was the Mars play. Our opponent goes up 2 points. Mars, he gets 1 card. He's cooked. These are Master Ball level plays, ladies and gentlemen, in the Ultra Ball 2. What deck? I got you on the deck. Here we go. Everybody get your screenshots. No skill. You gotta give me something, boys. You gotta give me something. I totally cooked that man's in the chat. No skill. Okay, wait. Fair play. Mars came in clutch. Oh my goodness. Let's keep it moving. I'm gonna be honest. There was a bunch of chatters in the deck that said add Mars. W chatters. It's actually such a good idea. Zach Fisher, thank you so much for following on TikTok. Okay, let's see. So we're going second. We're opening with Giratina. How do we feel about this? Dodgers, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Uncool, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. And Velas, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Okay, let me lock in here. It's a berry deck. No way. No way we're going up against a berry deck, boys. Oh, remove the screenshot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. So we're going second against a berry deck. He's got 2 Snorlaxes. Now you're caught up. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Shout out to everyone for liking the stream, by the way. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. How are you playing this? Sorry, I'm technically inclined. I just can't resist the win-loss. I just can't. We're like 15 wins, 5 losses, something like that today. We're just, it's worth. Yeah, we professors research every single day of the week. This art is gorgeous, by the way, man. What a card. Who's that by? Illustration by Minami? That's such a beautiful card. Okay. Now, us having energy advantage against this berry deck is everything, man. It's so important. We also have to really hope that he doesn't pull berry. There's the Rocky Helmet on the Snorlax. Okay, so my opponent's playing his position about as good as he can. If we pull Mars, I might actually pull it. Because for some reason, when I go up against berry decks, they somehow always have the berry. Like, always. Streamer brain out of his mind. Yes, it's the streamer brain. Imagine I leave the deck up all... Okay, yeah, no, we figured it out, though. Look, we're good. I literally have every card that I don't need, which is fantastic. I love that for me. What I really needed on this turn was Darkrai. You didn't get a Darkrai? That's kind of bad. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, on the plus side, the ceiling of damage for this deck is actually pretty low. I mean, Snorlax is doing 100. which in the context of versing my deck is actually good, right? Because I have a pretty high HP deck when you consider double potion, double cape. So I'm going to be really looking at the Sprigatito line to put in some work here. Putting the energy on Snorlax, I don't know if I really agree with that. What's going on there? Why would you not? Was that a misclick? Wait, our opponent left. Hold on, what's going on? Everybody panic! Everybody panic! I still don't have Darkrai, by the way. I'm so shook. I'm actually so shook. If I Sabrina, it's kind of a Giga Brain 4D chess play to split the energy, because now if I Sabrina, it does nothing. Because truthfully, I was eyeballing that Sabrina. Okay, look at all the energy on my Giratina. On the next turn, my Giratina has 7 energy. Okay, you get 1 supporter trainer card per turn, which means my opponent is guaranteed to not attack with Snorlax right now. What I need is Darkrai. I need it so bad right now. I need Darkrai here. Yes! Okay, 66% chance to pull Darkrai, okay? 33% chance of sadness. Here we go. Everybody lock in chat, please. 66. Yes! It is absolute cinema in the Ultra Ball rank as Snorlax goes down. This is everything. If my opponent happens to have the evolution, though, we just cry. Maybe. We do have Sabrina, though, on a worst case scenario. Let me think about this. Hold on. Maybe we Sabrina now? That way we increase our chances. No, because if he has the evolution, we always go down, don't we? Because here's what I'm worried about. I'm going to take minus 20 damage and drop me to 130. Minus 20 damage again from the helmet, drop me to 110. However, if he has the evolution, we go down either way, which means it's irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant. So we need to save Sabrina for a game-winning play instead. And we pick up the KO while we can. We got to start pressuring. We got to start pressuring our opponent here. I suppose if I... yeah, I don't know. He's got the evolution. What can you do, boys? What can you do? There's like nothing... You got to just apply that pressure and go for it. Now I Sabrina. Now I Sabrina to stall. Because, dude, see, like, I need to stall now to get Cape because I have weakness against grass on Darkrai. You know what? I will say this is, like, the berry, like, the Snorlax Meowscarada deck. I'm pretty sure every time I've played against it, I've lost. Every time. It's like weirdly very good. It's hard to explain. We do pull Cape though, which is huge W. And we Sabrina to slow down our opponent, although it really doesn't do much because Meowscarada is still going to come in. So what we need is we need chip damage on the Meowscarada. And then we Sabrina to force him to burn energy. Where are all my Pokemon, dude? Unreal. Yeah, he'll just switch to Sprigatito and retreat. You're exactly right. However... we need to slow him down any other way we can. If he just stays in, like it is what it is. GG's. Yeah, this might be GG. I think our opponent has like probably a 80% chance to win this game. I need to pull another Pokemon right now. I need to pull my other Darkrai and my opponent not have Cyrus. And if he has red, it's GG's also. There's the red. Hey, man. There's nothing to be sad about. No reason to get tilted. We did everything we could. The Berry Meowscarada deck is far too strong, I fear. Look, boys, what can you do, right? What can you do? Let's keep it moving. What does that do for our win-loss? That puts us at 15 wins, 6 losses, I think. I'm starting to lose track of everything. Oh my goodness. Let's see. It's almost 7 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, I actually have to call it right there. It is almost 7 p.m. in the central United States. Here's what I'm going to do. First things first, I'm going to throw the link to the Discord in the YouTube chat. We would love to have you join the Discord. And we do trading. We do 1v1s. We share decks. We're posting screenshots of decks talking about the game. So come join the Discord. We would love to have you guys in the Discord. We've got a couple hundred people in there now. It's a really... Second thing, we just posted a new YouTube video on YouTube, so if you guys could show some love to that, it would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for the support on the channel and on the videos. We have another challenge video that's out. We have a couple more videos that we're going to be posting this week and some stuff we're working on behind the scenes. And ladies and gentlemen, the road to Master Ball rank continues. We are currently cooking through the Ultra Ball tier, so stay tuned for that. We're still working on working our way up to Master Ball rank. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream. Shout out to our donators as well, man. We love, dude. You guys just, I can't thank you guys enough for the support.